Do you mean?
Mean.
Do you mean?
Bit mean.
Okay.
Wait, why are we going Carmen?
I don't know. Just because you said mean. So I'm just like,
Mean.
mean. Alright, is everyone else ready to go then?
Oh yeah.
My body is ready.
It is not Reggie? Okay then.
My body is Reggie.
Alright, I'll keep one ear for enough just so I can tell if my dogs start barking up a storm. So. Wait. Okay. Our band of adventurers had recently completed a quest for Vanus, the potion maker in Pterodon's Crossing, which was to obtain 4 vials of snake venom. After a rather close fight with a hobgoblin that had followed them to the camp, they had returned only to find out that Pterodon's Crossing had been attacked by a tribe of kobolds, with one of the Plain Hunters Guilds, McGilly, falling to them quite badly from the sounds of things. Upon completing your quest and returning to the Plain Hunters Guild, Claudia put you on an emergency contract to find and destroy the kobold tribe that had attacked. At the same time, it was discovered that somebody was murdered, either during the night or early in the morning. You, through some rather choice words, was able to gain access to the house for a few minutes, where you discovered that the deceased, an elf, had been stabbed multiple times in the back, followed by a clean cut in his neck. While you were doing your search, you ran into another group of plain hunters who call themselves the Sharp Teeth, led, assumingly, by Stellus Groundbeard of Clan Firehammer. It was there, after a small bit of conversing, you went to the mines to question about the murder. Upon, unfortunately, running out of leads, you decide to head back towards where Sharp Teeth were to continue your search. And that's where we pick up. So, are you heading exactly where you saw Sharp Teeth?
I think we were just going nearby there, like around the craters. I can't remember.
There weren't any craters per se. There was, at the battle site, there was the remains of 05, which was McGilly's clockwork hound that he had created, and a few dead kobolds.
Weren't we going to check the dead wolf body? Because we forgot to do that first.
Oh yeah, we need to poke the clock wolf.
So it's
Okay, who wants to
the
be the one
actual
to poke?
battlefield. Alright, so you make your way to the battlefield, going through the town itself. It takes you about 5 or 10 minutes. And when you arrive, you can see that Sharp Teeth aren't there anymore. They appear to have moved on elsewhere. But in its place is another individual looking over the same metal scrap, essentially, that is 05. So, with that, Ozarius, describe what the party see when they see you examining 05.
Osrius, let's see. So essentially, I'm just trying to search for something, anything that could be useful as far as value goes. It's something I could sell or something I could barter with. Basically, I'm trying to salvage.
Physically, what do they see? Like, what do you look like, basically? Describe what your character looks like.
Oh, yeah, dark. Well, I'm in a dark patchwork cloak, hunched over that. You can't really make out any features. I'm pretty much trying to shroud my true figure as well as possible.
All right. So, as you are searching through, I'd say, Osiris, make an investigation check. But as you're doing this, you kind of look up and you see this group of rather strange individuals. You can see a girl with large glasses on, a very tall humanoid. Slinking in the back, you can see with a bear cloak on what appears to be another human. And you see a half-elf walking alongside the other two. And a little bit further back, kind of looking a bit off to the side, you can see a dwarf.
You said you want me to do an investigation check?
Yeah, to see what you can find in the remains.
Dang it, Trop. I told you shouldn't have drinking that much.
What? Oh, well, yeah.
That's a 5.
You find something
Not very
that's a
good.
shrapnel, but, I mean, you find one of the kobolds has a silver coin in his pocket, but this group of what appear to be adventurers have kind of caught you a bit off guard.
Wait a moment. Wait. Who's that?
I don't know, but he's touching our wolf.
Hey, why are you touching that wolf body?
Oh god. I kind of panic and try to check for my escape and try to turn tail.
Okay, so you watch as this cloaked figure kind of just stands up and begins looking around, and the area that you're in, it's rather open. There's some buildings to the east, but for the most part, it's open field.
Can I try to grapple him?
Wait, you have a net.
Okay.
Throw a net on the guy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did give her that.
To see who. I would say I want the two of you to make an initiative check to see who can bolt off or bolt towards him first. So just Osiris, if you click on your character sheet, there should be a bit that says initiative. You click on that, it automatically rolls it for you.
Yes, I know we don't have tokens right now. What in the world?
That is a natural one on the initiative.
What?
So, as you try to make a bolt for it, your foot clangs hard on the metal wolf and you kind of tumble over. As you get up and begin to run away, you turn around and you can see just the large humanoid right behind you.
Great.
Yeah, Nemesis, if you're going to grapple, I need you to make a strength check, and Osiris, if I need to make either an athletics check or a acrobatics check, whichever you prefer.
Wait.
Why am I not seeing athletics?
It should be. You might have to. Let me.
Oh, I'm just blind. All right, acrobatics then.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
So you watch the humanoid kind of reaches out to grab you, and she's able to grab your robe a little bit, but you're able to just like pull it off, and it does make you stumble a bit, so you fall over again, but you're back up on your feet.
Can I use my mage hand to grab his cloak?
He's about. What's the range of Mage Hand?
I believe it's 30 feet.
Yeah, I'd say he's about 30 feet away from you.
Hey man, what gives?
What gives with you touching our wolf?
You're stealing.
Well, technically it's our friend's wolf, but yes, what she said.
So where do we go from here?
They've just basically questioned, Nemesis accused you of stealing, and
Hey, I didn't know it was yours, okay? I don't want any trouble.
So you just loot random bodies.
That's kind of my thing.
Are you a grave robber?
I'm just trying to get lunch.
I mean, we do loot things too.
Can I pull the hood off his cloak?
To be fair,
Hey,
they
man.
attacked first.
As
I'm doing this.
with the mage hand, you feel a tug on the back of your hood as the mage hand grabs the back of it and just kind of pulls down sharply. As with your features
Come
now
on.
visible, so now with your face visible, what do they see?
Jet black hair, the little bit long tied back. My skin is gray, well, ashen gray, and pulling back the hood reveals my eyes, bright red, like fire. Two horns set low on the forehead, of course, slightly, upturned, not about an inch and a half, and I'm apprehensive, not. Whenever I expose my face, I'm used to negative reactions, so I kind of shirk back and expect the worst.
Oh, hey, another tiefling.
Joy. I just love demons.
Yeah, I think the one we met earlier might... If he saw this, he might be a bit more annoyed than he usually is.
You're not afraid of me?
To be fair,
Expecting this.
I've seen my fair share of your kind, so yeah, it's not that surprising.
I'm
I've
not quite
never
sure
met
I should
another
be afraid
tiefling
of a
before.
thief.
Yeah, besides, you're not giant buff and going to rush my head with your fingers like it was a sparrow's egg.
Well, most people want to lynch me when they find out what I am. Pardon my surprise.
Well, they're just racist.
Yeah, racism is a real problem. Especially from those high elves. Oh god, how posh those ones are.
So are you guys laying claim to this dead? Because I can, if it's rightfully yours, then I guess I can, just take off then.
It's our friends.
Yeah, that was their Wolf 05.
Tom, you said I found a coin, is that right?
Yeah, a silver coin, yeah. It was in one of the kobold's pockets. You were kind of in a rush once because them arriving had caught you off guard. And when they mention 05, you have heard the name after what you were told overnight. You weren't entirely aware because you were kind of more thinking for yourself, but you do remember the word 05 being mentioned. This was after your break-in.
Well, I guess what's the alright, is everybody on edge?
I don't know what is everyone's stance with this tiefling. Like, what are your characters like thinking? Basically?
Are they like armed or ready to strike, or like still unsure?
I mean, at the most, the big one tried to kind of pin you down, but none of them appear to have their weapons drawn. They appear to be looking at you with a little bit of caution and a little bit of suspicion, but nothing that would really warrant a imminent attack from them.
I've just kind of got a disgusted look on my face.
I'm just kicking one of the dead kobolds.
1 second.
That's fine. Alright. So, while Ferg gets back to us and such, what's the rest of you doing just while this is happening? Because I'm aware, like, the conversations take place only between a couple of you, so what are the rest of you doing while the conversation's happening?
Did I get any resources off of the, you said that was off of 05?
Unfortunately, you only were able to pick up like bits of shrapnel. Nothing really spectacular. You weren't really able to look inside the innards properly because you had arrived only a little bit before, and you had first searched the cobalts because you're more used to dead bodies than you are the mechanical creations of the gnomes.
So I take the scrap out. You know, I realize that this is yours, and you know, the best likelihood of me escaping this situation is trying to come clean. I took this off your hound. It's yours. You can have it back.
I kind of I'll snatch it out of his hands. You should apologize to the owner as well.
Yep, McGilly would not be happy if he knew this.
And Osiris, you know that name as well, because of, again, the break-in, because of what happened on the night was the same night which your attempt in kind of failed. It's at this point with that name you kind of realize that they're referring to a plane hunter.
What did you say his name was?
Are you talking to DM or to those lot?
DM. The 05.
So, you knew about 05, but
Yeah.
that was usually in little bits, but there was specific mention, because the night that you broke in was the night of that McGilly the Plane Hunter got attacked. There was a lot of mention of that name, and, you know, during your time held, that they did mention that a Plane Hunter called McGilly had been attacked by the Kobolds. So at this point, you kind of put two and two together that 05 is the creation of McGilly.
Oh, jeez, I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Do you often just rob the dead?
Only when I'm hungry. I need to feed myself, you know.
Can
Hopefully
you-
not on the dead?
No,
Can you eat?
don't be disgusting.
I was about to ask, were you about to try and eat that mechanical
No. No, I'm just trying to salvage some gold.
I don't think metal will sit well with
Don't
the
take
stomach.
this personally. Just looking for something to barter with, you know.
You know, you could probably just, I don't know, fish.
Hunt a squirrel.
Yeah, I'm not so good at
Scavenge
that.
for food.
If you're really desperate, there's probably a stray dog or cat.
Hey, don't encourage him to eat dogs or cats. I will
said
fight
if you're
you.
really desperate. Oh, really?
I will fight you, Evie.
I'll take you on, Birdie boy.
Oh, it's on.
You guys are a real special bunch, aren't you?
I
Just a
think
little.
You're
that-
special.
So I mean, like, yeah, I've heard that name before. You said, this is his Clockwork Hound. What's the story with that?
Look around. What do you think is the story? Just kind of.
Well, I know
gestures
something
on
bad
the
happened,
table.
but I mean, come on, work with me here. Come, I have no idea. I just saw some potential treasure, and you know,
Well, you could just ask him yourself. I mean, we're headed that way anyways, right? I say looking around to everybody else, right?
We were searching for evidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Speed-
I have
speed
not
of-
seen,
Yeah,
I've
they're
I've
looking
never
around
seen
for
that film the
evidence.
entire way through.
Repeat that.
oh shoot, I had my mic muted. All right, well, I guess there is some honor amongst thieves, so I guess I'll. If you say I owe this man an apology, I guess what's the harm in tagging along, eh?
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you might have ended up getting punched by the buff princess over there.
Yeah, she kind of terrifies me, I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay, she terrifies all of us. In a
Yep.
good way.
And you disgust
Yes.
me.
Cool. Well, I'm
Um,
Osrius, by the way.
Delson. Bard, Alchemist, Plain Hunter, and Simple Farm Boy.
Don't want my dog
Nemesis.
barking.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, I guess, what are we waiting for? Let's get going then, huh?
Onward?
Yep. Wait, where did the other thief go?
I don't know.
You mean the freaky one that always hides?
The one that seems to just disappear and reappear out of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought she was
yeah.
standing next to you.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Can we at least put a bell on her, please?
Yeah.
What did you say your character's name was?
Osrius.
Osrius. Okay.
To me,
Is he the
it sounds
Wizard
like...
of Oz?
Would you mind if I ended up calling you Ozymandias?
Honestly, that was going to be my first choice, but, call me what you want, I guess.
I blame Fate Grand Order and frickin' Oz in there because he's voiced by Dio's Japanese voice actor, who also voices Deadpool.
Yay.
Listen, thief. Have
Hey,
you
now.
seen anything of interest?
In part.
I'll pull up the map for you guys again just to show what the battlefield looks like.
Woohoo!
In particular, have you seen a giant construct about EA High?
Goes by Harvey.
Is basically a really cool guy for being a robot.
Tells you what time of day it is.
No. No, I haven't, have I?
Yeah, you have not.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You
Well,
heard the mention
no,
of Harvey,
like
but you
I-
didn't know what he
I-
looked like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't, I can say I've heard that name before, but I can't say I've seen what you just described. I mean, I generally keep my nose to the ground, looking for anything I can, anything of value, really. Tend to ignore those types of things.
And have you found anything of value recently?
Well, I mean, I did get this coin off of that guy over there, but this is mine,
Anything
so
of
you can't have it.
actual value.
Clearly he found us.
I found friendship.
I wouldn't say we're
I think.
your friends.
Well, friendship is magic, as they say.
Oh my god.
I mean, we haven't killed him yet. That's gotta be friendship in our party.
I said that
Yeah,
as a
and he
try
hasn't tried
to
to kill
joke,
me.
try to lighten the mood.
Alright. So, with the tension somewhat dissolved a bit, what do you do now?
I'm just going to kind of sneer at him and then go check 05.
I'm gonna poke the dead bodies.
Okay, the two of you make an investigation check. 05 is big enough that you can both kind of look without getting in each other's way, so that's why I'll let you do separate rolls. Okay. The first thing that you notice is the damage that is on 05. Most notably, his left flank has got several scorch marks as if some sort of fire had gone across it. There's a large amount of dents on like the skull part. You can see actually where the eye would be, it's partially caved in. But the biggest thing that you notice is that the entire chest bit is... It's not a clean cut, but you can see it's basically entirely cut open with several bits of clockwork in there. Nemesis, as you're searching about, you find a weird contraption. You're not too familiar with gnomish creations, but you do know about some of their clockwork stuff. This particular item, you're not too sure. It's kind of like a circle with another circle at a 90-degree angle with something in the middle of it.
Do I find anything?
Basically, you see the same kind of battle damage. It's just that Nemesis did the investigation check first, so she found the contraption. But I'll say, because of your 16, you are able to notice several more tracks. A small set of tracks leading towards the south. Which, just so you know, this is at that angle, so south is that way, not south.
You said there was like something in the middle?
In the middle of what?
The circles. The contraption.
It basically looks like a disc in the middle, with a bar that reaches over, with a bar in the middle of the circle going out and connecting with the other circle bits.
Okay.
Because this would be good for Trofnar, but he's not here, so I'm just going to roll an intelligence check for him to see if he knows it. If he would. That is a 5. Nope. So.
He's too drunk to notice.
Yeah, basically, that's the excuse I'm going with it.
I have I have barely any knowledge of mechanics, so I will just pocket it for now. And when we go to McGilly, I will ask him what it is.
Alright.
Yeah. What about
would I
the
put
dead
that in my
kobold?
inventory as?
Just put it as odd device. Or
Okay.
odd contraption. One, whichever one you prefer.
Hey, I found tracks. You're going that way.
And you notice with the tracks as well, they're too small to be human, but I'd say make another investigation check to see if you can see anything else with these tracks.
Okay. Watch me just...
Good enough. You see a large pair of, like, they look humanoid tracks, but it's difficult to see from the angle. Like, with the tracks, it looks like they are going... I'll turn off in a second. They look like they're going sort of that way. And you notice that there's some medium tracks going that way. So coming from the build... So coming from around here. Heading that way. There's just one track heading that way.
And where exactly does that way lead?
So that way is further south. That's heading towards the near where the murder happened.
Interesting. Okay.
So these tracks are heading back to that house.
They're not heading
Strange.
perfectly towards the town, but there's definitely a slight angle where it could potentially go into the town.
So at least one by town.
It's the tracks stay near the town at the very least. You know, you can tell just from the angle there.
And how do we know that this just isn't tracks of the other group that came here?
You can tell primarily because they're all human sized, and these are the only tracks you can see. If you want, you can make another investigation check to see if you can find their tracks.
Alright.
You don't
Good enough.
you don't see all the tracks, but you do see that a majority of like human-sized tracks are around here.
Okay.
And they too, you notice, are heading in the same direction.
Interesting.
All of these seem to converge.
I feel like we need to go back in that house because the thing that I noticed before that I couldn't grab, but I don't know how we would be let back in.
How far away would you say the thing is?
The house where
From
the
the
murder
entrance.
happened?
No, from the entrance of the house, the leather under the bed.
Basically the bed, it's like the house is like a normal square house. The door is here, and the bed is about over here. So basically it's far side of the wall, and the door is basically almost on the complete opposite side of the wall.
Okay.
Would you say it's within 30 feet?
I would say yes, because it's not a very big house.
Oh,
No, I think he means within 30 feet of here.
Oh, no.
I meant up the door.
Okay,
Is
okay.
it like the door of the house to where the bed is, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's about 30 feet. It's not a very big
Yeah.
house.
Mhm.
Did we notice if it had any windows?
It had windows. It had one
Yeah.
that was on the same wall as the door, and there was one on the wall opposite the bed.
Yep.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like we should break into that house.
What? Why?
I
Why?
saw something of interest, and I'd like to get it.
And we did just acquire a new thiefy friend.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I mean, what's so wrong about
There
that?
wasn't enough time.
I know, but Mage Hand. I probably could have used that to try and grab it. Whatever you saw.
I don't trust you to be any level of competent.
Okay,
I mean, can't you guys just
Okay,
like break
next
the door
time,
down? Like,
go down.
I don't see
I'm
what
not
the
gonna
big
get
deal
back
is.
up.
There's a guard there.
Oh, jeez, I missed that part.
I have an idea.
Does it involve you getting killed?
No,
Oh,
but does involve making the guard believe that there's something around that isn't there.
all right. Continue.
Yeah,
You
man,
see,
what are you getting at?
You see, we will scare the guard off by using a sort of illusion that only he can see. Yes. See, it was a little party trick that we were taught in the Bard's College. However, some of us have been able to refine it more, so that it actually makes someone believe that there's something that isn't there.
You went to college?
How do you think I became a bard? And an alchemist.
No, you found a loot and fiddled around?
No, you have to be licensed to do these things.
Anyone can sing and dance and look like a fool.
However, the alchemy thing, you need an alchemist license. Otherwise, you'll probably look like you're a crazy person.
Oh, don't
Oh.
worry, you already look like that.
Well, either way, it's a spell I've been trying to work on, called Phantasmal
Work on?
Force.
So you haven't actually done it and succeeded?
I've done it a few times, though. Last time I did so, someone decided to jump in a sea because they thought they were on fire.
Can't do that one.
I mean, we could just push the princess onto him. She's big. I'll probably fall.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, you're bigger than any of us.
True.
Yeah.
still.
Let's do the first plan.
Okay then.
Yeah, man, set him on fake fire. That sounds pretty awesome.
Hmm.
So where are you heading now then?
We're heading back to the house.
Alright, are you heading through the town or are you just going to stay on the outskirts of it?
Probably shouldn't let anyone see us.
Yeah.
You know, making a guard lose his mind.
Yep.
So you're just heading straight there from the outskirts. Okay.
Yeah.
So you begin traveling, and because you're not focusing on the tracks, you kind of lose track of them. But eventually, as you're approaching the house, you can see two familiar figures again. You notice that it is Sylvia and Salem of Sharp Teeth looking around with Colossus just lying under a tree. And they notice you arriving and give you a wave as do you walk by or do you stop?
Let's say hi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, fantastic idea. Just say hi before we go and do illegal activities.
Well, hey, if most of us are over here, that's at least a good alibi for some of us.
Yeah.
So you walk up to greet him, and Sylvia's just kind of still looking about on the ground, whereas Selin is kind of just hanging about, and as you walk up, he goes, "Hey, how's it going, guys?"
That.
Not too well.
Ran into the as well.
We found nothing, really.
Same for us. Colossus picked up their trail, found some human-sized footprints as well, and unfortunately the trail's gone cold here. So
Around
basically,
here,
Stellus
area.
in Erebus is just asking the townspeople, basically, see if they might have seen anything here.
Yeah, they haven't.
Oz realizes his hood is still pulled back, and he pulls it back up to sort of hide his face.
Yeah, and you notice as well that Selin is also a tiefling, but he seems to be not really asked about it. And actually, when you approach, he did give you like a respectful nod when he saw you.
I bet you two would like each other, and I just kind of pushed the tieflings together.
Now piss.
As you try to push it, you feel him dig his feet into the ground quite hard and just go, "Nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll
Like when you introduce, like, your two African American friends. Jesus.
Or when you introduce your two gay friends.
Yes, exactly. Dear God.
Oh yeah, have I introduced you to Evie yet?
introduce you to who there. There's a lot of people now in
No,
this,
that was out of character.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting back on track.
Back on track. So, Sun speaks up and just says, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep looking about here. There's no way in hell the trail will go cold. Just be there. Yeah, you guys got any leads on this? Or...
Well, we looked at the mines and nothing was really there.
I figured.
We actually got to take a look inside of the house.
And
But-
is kind of like you see his face go from like this typical like deadpan I don't give a shit to actual like mild interest.
Go
Well,
on.
we certainly found a dead body.
Good.
Eve, what did you say you found on him?
A lot of stab wounds, a slice at the neck, a lot of blood, the usual stuff.
We tried to inspect the house, but didn't have enough time.
I'm gonna say... I'm gonna just do a roll here. Okay. You see someone just like cross arm and says, "You plan to sneak in, aren't you?"
I lean over to Evie and whisper, "Evie, fucking sand."
Hey, look, if that's what your plan is, ain't no bother with me. I don't care. I'm just asking.
Oh.
We're just trying to find more leads.
And that's
Since
why
we-
I don't really care that you're trying to break in.
That's what I've been saying. I mean, what's the big deal?
Big
Well,
deal
for
is if
one,
you
it's
try and do it
illegal.
for certain other reasons. Let's just put it that way.
You know, like grave robbery.
Tomato, potato.
Look at him.
Oh, Tato.
Oz is so over her snide remarks, it doesn't even faze him anymore.
Wow, that's a new record.
So, do you guys got a plan on breaking in there? Or are you just gonna try and brute force it?
We're
Well,
gonna try the dumb way.
What's the dumb way again?
apparently the dumb way is relying on me to do something.
Yes.
I'm kind of a huge fan of Phantasmal Force. I'm excited to see how it works.
I mean, if you want, I got a few tricks up my sleeve from stuff that I've done in the past.
Is that
Oh, yes,
so?
please. You seem miles more competent.
Probably not. I've only got the one party trick, and you watch the kind of reaches into his pouch and like puts his hand up, and none of you hear any voices, but you, Nemesis, hear in your head something like this. By the way, you can speak back through this. And he just puts his hands down.
I actually don't seem very phased. I'm used to having voices in my head.
More like a, oh, this is a new one.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm just kind of, I just think back, oh, I haven't heard you before.
As said that, you just see his face, like, again, like, Selenet's kind of like a very, like, neutral, doesn't care kind of face, but this one, like, his face goes into pure confusion. And this, before he just, like,
Yeah, cool party trick, bro.
cheers, no problem.
So basically, we're just seeing a confused guy, like an awkward silence right now.
Yeah, you basically saw him, like, put his hands to his face for a few seconds, and then as he put it down, you just see, like, him just look very confused.
But I don't understand how that would help us with the guard.
Well, what if I made him think he was crazy?
You could try singing into his mind. That'll be fun.
Probably not a good idea. Not for me to do it
People
anyway.
think they're crazy when they hear voices in their heads?
I mean, most people. At this point, while you're talking, Stella ends up arriving back. Oi! Nice to see you all here then. And he turns to us and just goes, "Ah, we found fuck all."
Yes, that seems to be the case right now. For some reason, everything just kind of disappears.
And you see Sarah's just like think, and I was like, where I come from, we fight kobolds. They don't just vanish into thin air. There has to be a reason. think that reason's here, so... And he just, like, with Sylvie, just kind of, like, starts just looking at the ground. And so you just see Selm just shake his hand and just go, right, well, if your thing comes up fruit, bears fruit, then by all means let us know. If not, I think we're going to be here a while.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
So our main plan right now is to make someone lose their minds.
I hope you
Or
all got
scare
a bunch
them
of
off.
spells. I hope you all know something that can do that.
I have one, and there was this creature I read a lot about. Of course, I'm not sure just how I can make them look.
Well, for the record, try not to get caught casting the spell.
I know.
Oh, we can make him do it from a tree.
Yes.
Right, where the hell is Erebus, anyway? Stellace, I'm gonna find Erebus. You just hear himself go, oi! Someone worked off.
Alright, I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so... what you doing now?
I'm going to need to hide myself for when I prepare to cast this on the guard.
Okay. The house is slightly inwards to the town. It's not, like, purely on the outer skirts. So I would say... I'd say make a stealth check, because there's not any trees, but there are a few houses. There are a few, like, areas which you could hide in.
Metal Gear Delson.
Okay.
Nice.
Nah.
So you find an empty like water barrel used to like collect rainwater. It's a bit damp at the bottom, but you're able to climb in, and as you dip down, you think that you're hiding, and you can see the guard now. He's about 20 feet. You are viewing him from the side, so his left side is towards you.
Don't put a lid on this barrel.
What?
Don't put a lid on this barrel. And maybe fill it with some water.
Oh, you need some water in there?
Yes, and a lid. The top.
Well, it might be a little easier if you don't have your hat on.
I take off my hat and give it to her. What?
He removes his hat.
I will take it out, ma'am.
Yep.
Yes, Mom.
Yes, mother.
Okay, wait, what did you say?
It just said that you take your hat off and hand it to Evelyn.
Okay. Now we need water and a lid.
Well, I can get the water, but I can't get you a lid.
There is no lids in these water barrels whatsoever. Their entire purpose is literally just to collect rainwater and just let it gather up.
Wait a minute. Oz, give me your cloak.
Oh, come on. I mean, I don't really want to do this.
Oh, come on. We just throw it over the barrel for a few seconds after there's water in it. Either he completes this or he dies.
You know, I mean, okay, whatever, fine, I guess. Here, take it. He hands the cloak over. Just don't mess it up, okay? Alright, I put a lot of work into that. Proud of my patches.
Hell.
Alright.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna use Create or Destroy Water, which I use my water skin for, because I need to have some water there.
So,
God.
I mean...
Doesn't matter what level I cast that at.
Not really, and also, I mean, you don't need to put it in the in the water scheme because you kind of have a water barrel.
Oh, true.
right
There's a
in
little
front
water
of
in there already.
you. Okay, up to 10 gallons. God, I forget how many gallons a water barrel can get in one sec. How many gallons can a water barrel? There we go. Okay, so you're able to get it up by about a quarter if you cast it at first level. So now the barrel is a quarter full, basically. It's roughly up to Delsin's knees. He's kind of
We need more water, don't we?
Yeah, as I said, you've only filled it up about a quarter.
Mind if I cast that at a higher level then?
Yep, every spell slot above it's an additional 10 gallons that you put in.
And we're level 3, so I'll just go level 3.
Well, it's spell level, not
Yeah.
Spell level. Sorry.
So I think you've got access to second level spell slots at level 3. So at second level, be sure to mark it off, obviously. So that is an additional 20 gallons of water that's put in. So Delsin, you just feel the water, just like some water suddenly kind of move upwards towards your knees. And you just say, like, is that it? Before suddenly you just feel a rush of water and it comes just to below your chest. The barrel is about 3/4 full now.
Okay.
And over goes the cloak.
Now get out. Go.
Alright. I kick the barrel and move.
Okay, so are you guys staying like within eyesight of the guard, or?
I'd say so.
Alright, make a self check then. Everyone that's staying within within sight of the guard.
Oh, this is gonna go horribly.
And don't forget you're wearing heavy armor, so you got disadvantage on it.
Alright, what are we doing?
Stealth check.
They're making stealth checks if they're remaining by the barrel.
Yeah, because basically they filled up a barrel of water, hid Dels in it with a cloak over it, and they've said that they're going to try and stay within eyesight of the guard, but stealthily. So if you want to do that, do a stealth check. If you want to like go out of eyesight of the guard, you don't have to.
Here you go.
Nice.
I will just say that I'll just do the roll for Trofnar. Roll. Right, and Rainy, you need to make a self check too, unless you're staying out of eyesight.
Staying outside.
Okay, so you go behind a building just in sight of the rest of the party, but out of sight for the others. Okay, so you all think that you may be hidden well enough. So what do you do?
So how's the weather, you guys? Going pretty good?
I'm gonna take a deep breath. Look.
Oz is just sort of staying back and observing, seeing he's more curious to see how this unfolds, and also he wants to make sure his cloak doesn't get damaged.
Look at the thing, and then I will start. I'm going to need this card to roll in save.
An intelligence save, okay. I also need you to make a sleight of hand check with advantage because of the amount of prep you guys did for the stealthing. Or for the disguising.
Okay.
That is a natural 20 for the guard.
Oh wow, it resists this.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, I need you to make a sleight of hand check. Just gotta do some quick math here. Okay. Alright, so You watch as the guard, still holding onto his greatsword, kind of like just look up slightly as he feels something, and you watch as he like pulls his sword out and kind of like rests it on his shoulder while looking about. He sees the three of you over there, but just kind of. He's standing up straight now. He's got his weapon kind of drawn, so he's not leaning on it, but he's not moving.
Great, they had to send the smart guard.
That's a 20 on the intelligence save, man. Didn't even know
Yeah.
what the fire was.
Yeah, that definitely does.
So the guard's just there now, blade at the ready, but just looking about.
So now that he's actually paying attention, who wants to go get a bard before he freezes?
Nope. Just leave me here.
Oh, you guys are probably out of earshot at this point, so you don't know.
Trying to see if there's anything that I can do.
Charm the guard! Charm the guard!
That might be
So-
what I'm going to have to do.
Explain
Be
what
the noble woman.
explain what I'm seeing now.
So you saw the bard Delson kind of like peek his head out slightly, and kind of you see arcane energy crackle from his fingers, and you see it sort of spark about on the guard, but the guard shook his head and then kind of put his blade at the brace, looking around. You saw him make like eye contact with the ones that were just standing in the open, but he kind of just judged that because of what he thinks it was, it couldn't have been you guys, because you also seem to be just in normal conversation. So he kind of just, so he's now standing, he's still standing in front of the doorway, but now he's got his weapon drawn, and he's just like keeping a careful eye out now.
Yeah, I believe though he makes a saving throw, but the image is still appearing, unless he makes another check to dispel it.
Yeah, right. So, okay, so
Do you want me to say what I was making for this image?
yeah, sure. Go ahead and say it.
Okay, within the darkness of the house, a pair of glowing eyes can appear, and among them, a face with tentacles coming down off of it, as well as a vaguely humanoid body.
So you're trying to seduce the guard?
Is clad in dark robes, armor, along with a cape of sorts. To anyone who may know this, to some it's called an illithid, though many know it more commonly as a mind flayer.
So you watch this
my
guard as
God.
he's looking about, kind of like looks into the
Nice.
house. You see him like step back a bit before he just like squints forward and just like takes his sword and stabs at it. Before he just
Yep, that-
he goes back, puts his blade just on his rests his blade on his shoulder and looks around, and he occasionally keeps looking back. Just at the thing, like knowing it's there, but not really being phased. So he needs to make another roll to see if it can be dispelled, or
Yeah,
alright, I can do that now then. That is a 12.
that does not make the save.
Alright,
The check.
you see him just like look over, he like shake his head a bit, like his face a bit, and just still there. You see him, he's annoyed, but he's not really scared by it.
Okay.
He kind of knows that
Yeah.
it's
Would you say that
This-
this guard is within 60 feet?
Yeah, I would say the distance that you've gone to get away, because like Delson's about 30 feet away from him. I'd say the distance that you try to separate yourself from the barrel and such, I would say, yeah, you're about 60 feet.
Alright. So, seeing what an absolute failure this bard is, as I knew it would be, I am going to cast command on the guard. And I'm going to order him to sleep.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Wisdom
what's the
save.
save I gotta make for that?
The save is my spell DC, which is 14.
yeah, that's the same save I had.
He does not make that save. So I won't even need you to make...
Fantastic.
So, just for the hell of it, make a sleight of hand check. Just for the hell of it, just to see if you
Okay.
spend it.
1 second.
Alright?
Yes.
Alright, so you watch as the guard just kind of like looks around. You see him kind of like sag slightly, he yawns, he like looks over at the thing, and then just as he's leaning, he just
Can I have the thing just sort of put its hand up against the window? It's like,
well, he's not at the window. He's at the door.
ah.
The window on that side of the wall is on the other side, like basically level with the bed. But you see that you do see a couple of like you do see a couple of townsfolk just see him fall as oh shit, and just see a few of them kind of like begin to try and like roll him onto his back to see what's wrong.
Okay. So I say we duck into the group and sneak into the house. Hopefully.
Alright, and how long does command last for?
Hold on. It lasts for 1 round in combat. I'm not sure how long it lasts here.
Oh wait, there is no command. It doesn't say sleep.
Oh, you can just use a word,
Oh right.
and then it's up to the DM's interpretation.
Okay, I'll say I'll allow it. I'll say I'll allow it on this one, yeah. That's fine. And all I'll do is I'll just make occasionally roll to see if it throws off the command, which will wake him up. We'll go.
Alright.
Okay, so you all kind of gather around the group. Delson, it looks a bit weird with you because as you climb out, you are drenched in water.
Can I wear the cloak as I come out?
Sure. So you basically
Yep.
rise with the cloak on you. Because of how it was put on, and because you just kind of climbed out with it just as is, it only goes down to about your waist, because it's not put on properly.
Oz is staring daggers at him. He's so mad. He's
He's essentially carrying the cloak like Harry Potter Invisible Cloak style, like how he was with it.
Okay. Since we're all in the crowd, we're going to have to obviously sneak in. Can I block the people's view of the door with my size?
I would say, yeah. You're roughly you're roughly the same size as this guard. This is a big guard.
Yeah.
So I would say you would definitely be able to block off a good chunk of the door. Maybe not as much, because of the guard's armor. It makes him a bit more bulkier. But you are able to keep. You would be able to block it off for maybe, I would say, given the amount of people and the attention, you maybe be able to get 2 people in there without drawing attention.
And how
Okay.
many people are we trying to distract?
Well, you've already the guard that was going. He's asleep right now, and there's a small crowd of people that are just like gently tapping on the face to try and wake him up and such. There's
Alright.
about 5 or 6 people.
He's going to go in and search.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Have what?
That's a wizard and sorcerer spell, man.
Okay.
I thought it was a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Who
but
has
yeah.
possibly high investigation or proficiency in it? Because that's who gets to go.
I actually have a proficiency in best.
I'm proficient in investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a profish now because of my.
That's good. You two are small. You guys can go. Those 2 go in.
I
Yeah,
know a cantrip that
does-
may add to the confusion.
Yeah, it says Prestige is Bard, Sorcerer, Lock, and Wiz.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Has anybody filled Oz in as far as what we should be looking for, or because he's sort of still trying to figure
Yeah,
out?
I don't know
You've
either.
only heard little words here and there as far as
Yeah.
underwear.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're looking for. Because Princess wouldn't say anything.
I said that you're looking for leather strips
Oh.
And where did you
Alright.
see them?
under the
Under
bed.
a bed. Yeah, okay. I heard under the bed. That's what I remember hearing.
Yep.
And, okay. All right.
Okay.
So are two of us going in then?
Yep.
So
All right.
the two are who is going in?
The bard and the warlock.
Okay. So, Ozzy, Azrius, you haven't been in this house before, but the one thing you notice is there is a dead elf on the ground. You can see it's laying on its back, a look of like.
I thought he was on the table.
No, he was on the ground.
No, he's on the
Yeah.
ground.
Okay.
So, to recap on it, so the table shows signs that it's like been pushed or kicked. A chair is, fallen over on its side, and the elf is dead on the ground in a pool of blood with multiple sap wounds
Okay.
and a cut on its neck. And that's basically what you see, Osria. So,
I just sort of, I just sort of step over it because, this is what I'm looking for this bed because I'm in a hurry. This is just not important to me. I've seen.
Fairly simple. It's fairly simple to see the bed. The room is very barren. It's basically just a table, chairs, and that's about it. There's only a few of it. There's a room to the side, but you can't quite see in it.
Oh. All right. Well,
The bed is in the room that you're in.
Can I do an investigation check on the elf?
It would be. Are you just like seeing if he's got anything?
Pretty much.
Go
I just
ahead,
want to
make an
kick
investigation
him
check.
to see if anything jingles.
We're on a
Okay.
time limit. Go rob some corpses.
Yeah, can I investigate under the bed?
Okay. I would say, Delson, that you can make one with advantage because you know what you're looking for and where it roughly is.
Okay.
Osrius, it appears that whatever valuables this guy had was taken from him either after the murder or when the guards found him to prevent any form of prey robbing. He doesn't have anything on his person. Delson, as you look underneath the bed, you can see a long strip of leather, and you can see a buckle partway through it. As you reach in and pull it out, you know what this is. Your time in the farm, you know what this is. This is what's the word for it? This is a rein for a horse.
A brittle.
So it's like
Wait,
horse
does-
rein.
Does it have somewhere where the horses bite onto it?
Yeah. No, actually, no.
Yeah,
it's only, you can see the bit where they bite onto it would attach to, but that's not there. It looks to be like one half of the reins.
Yeah, that's reins. Hey, horse reins. I'll take it.
We were just trying to get in and get out, right?
Yeah, it was essentially get in, find the thing, and get out.
Okay.
All right, Bard, you got what we came for?
If you want, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I got it. Let's go.
Let's get the hell out of here. Come on. Yep. And we try to sneak up, or I sneak out the
Nemesis,
front.
You see the guard just suddenly start to stir slightly, and he just kind of the slapping continues, and he just just bats the hand away before he just slowly begins to get himself up.
I am going to lean over him and cover his sight and go, "Oh my goodness, are you okay? You just dropped like that. What happened?"
Cover his sight with your chest.
Okay, at this point, I would say, Osrin and Delsin to make a self check with advantage. because he has just woken up and Nancy is trying to obscure.
I'm back.
Yay. So as the guard steps up, the two of you kind of meld into the crowd. You see the guard just shakes his head a bit and he looks and does a double take. Before he just says, I'll source on it. Let's just... God, when's my shift over? And he notices that you're standing in the doorway and he kind of squints at you and just says,
Is he talking to me?
To you, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew that you were supposed to guard this, so I blocked it for you, so that you won't get into trouble.
Make a persuasion check with advantage on this one.
Okay.
Power boob.
Because stuff has been
Only
just...
because she mentioned it.
Oh,
Yes.
Oof. He just smiles and says... He just kind of reaches into his pocket and just flicks you a gold coin and just says, thanks, but Lord's got business, so please be on your way. And he just kind of pushes you just out of the way and stands back, takes another look back at the because I assume even though he was asleep and you woke up, it would still be there.
Actually, I believe a minute has gone by now.
Okay, yeah, so he just looks back,
So it's dissipated.
Yeah, he just looks back, you see him squint slightly before he just goes back to just having the great sword placed between his feet and just resting on it.
I'll kind of just give him a smile and just go, you seem a little overworked. You should rest up when you have the chance.
He kind of looks up to this guy and just says, yeah, hopefully my fucking shift's over.
And I'll just walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, Oz, this time, Oz sort of saunters off toward the... Yeah, he didn't want to draw attention, so he left a while ago.
Yeah, and you do get a few people that do notice you, but Old Pterodon, it's more because of the fact that Old Pterodon is a small town, so it's more of a case of everyone knows everybody, rather than, oh look, it's a tiefling, because Old Pterodon, and you have seen this, and it's rather interesting because of where you come from.
Be right back.
Alright, you don't tend to see tieflings a lot, but you do notice that there are a handful of tieflings here. Not a very large amount, they are massively overshadowed by the other races, but you do see a handful here. So you get the feeling that tieflings aren't, they're not as rare as where you originated from.
Oz is still coming to terms with that.
Yeah, alright, that's fine. Alright, so, as you walk away into the town, you now have part of some horse reins.
I put Oz's cloak back on him.
Hey man, I can dress myself. You didn't damage it, did you?
The cloak is
Nope.
slightly damp because of the water.
I shake my hair off too after giving him the cloak.
Hey, watch it. None of it hit me, right?
No? I don't think so. I don't think they'll...
Oz is still salty about somebody else wearing his cloak, so he's still he's not in the happiest of moods.
If there is, you probably can't tell because of the dampness of the cloak that is there.
Yep.
Alright, did you get it?
Yeah. I show her the reins.
Not what I was expecting, but interesting nonetheless. Can I examine it for anything weird, I guess?
I wouldn't say you would even need to do an investigation check. horse reins are pretty simple to tell, like how worn they are. From what you can tell, if they've been, it has been used for something, but clearly not for horses. But beyond that, it's basically new.
Can I be filled in on that, please?
Yes.
About what just transpired?
Yes.
So basically, attempted phantasmal force, didn't scale the guard, Nemesis cast command to make him go to sleep, fell asleep, Bard Warlock snuck in, found part of some horse reins, and through a good persuasion check, they were able to get out without being spotted or suspected.
Okay, we'll just assume I was chasing a butterfly.
That works.
Butterflies are evil creatures.
Alrighty. So, as I said, so the horse rein, or at least part of it, it's not the bit where the horse bites down. It is, as I said, it looks new. It looks like it hasn't been used for its actual purpose. And it's only part of it.
So,
I don't want to know what this guy was into.
alright.
But still, it's a horse rein.
If it's new, we should go to either the leather person or the stable person. I can't remember their names right now.
So the leather worker
Big
is
C.
the leather worker is Gyps, and
Yes.
the stable hand is Big C.
Okay. Because those two seem like the ones that would sell this.
Definitely.
So maybe they'll have some idea for what he wanted, or if there was anything interesting about him during that time.
I mean,
Requesting
considering
it.
it's a look, I don't think you want to know what they wanted to.
Well, I don't know why anyone else would want a horse rein, so using it for a horse.
Oh, you sweet, sweet little person.
I pat her shoulder. You innocent, sheltered princess.
Don't touch me.
I just lay my hand on her shoulder. To the leather worker then.
Alright. Yes, go to the leather worker, I guess.
Yep.
Alright, so you're heading to Gyps first. Okay. So Gyps is on the northern side of town. At this point, because of what's been transpiring, it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so you can see it is starting to get a little bit dark, but not a crazy amount. There's still quite a few hours of sunlight left, or at least visible sunlight. So you make your way over to the leather worker, and you can see it's a lot quieter. You can actually see Gyps is outside just scraping off fur from what appears to be a freshly skinned creature. You're not sure which. As you arrive, he looks up and just goes, "Oh, welcome back. What brings you all here?"
I'll kind of show them the half horse rein thing.
You need
did
to
someone
replace it,
purchase
or
this recently?
let me see that. And he pulls off. He's has a look at the rein and just you see him immediately go towards towards the buckle, and he kind of just shifts it slightly and just looks and says, "God, this is something I made. That was a recent order. Have you lost one already?"
Well, we're trying to figure out about the person who ordered this.
Oh, that was my brother Bixie. That was my sister Bixie even. Get confused between the two. Yeah, they needed The reins for the workhorses were kind of running out, so they asked me to make a few ones. She came and collected them about 2 days ago.
Really?
Right, yeah.
So who's gonna break it to him?
Interesting.
Well, we obviously can't tell him about the break-in, but we didn't particularly find this on a horse.
Why?
We're not quite sure ourselves. We just found it, and we don't know why it is the way it is.
Make a deception check.
I shall help with that.
Okay, make it with advantage.
1 second.
You should have left deception to me.
You know, I'm pretty too. There you go.
17. I rolled a natural 18. Seemed like just kind of... And where exactly did you find it then?
In a house.
That seems normal. Is it something special about this one? Special about the fact there's only one? Only one of these rings?
Well, besides the fact that it's missing a few parts. I kind of look over to the group. Need help.
Hey, didn't you find it under that bed? I mean, I thought that was kind of weird.
And you just see,
The point is, it wasn't your sister's. So who would take one of them?
anyone that wanted to buy a horse or needed to replace something in the horses. Not this. These are for Bigsy and Bigsy alone, so unless someone went and nicked it, well, something happened. I don't know. You'll have to ask her. I'll have to ask her.
Well, we were going to head over to her anyways if you didn't know anything.
I don't. I was given an order. I did the order. Everything was there and accounted for. So if now you're giving me this and saying it's not, then something's gone wrong on her end.
This is going to be an awkward family meetup.
Yes.
Oh no, she's done it before. Regrettably.
Yeah, I don't think we need to know that.
What you implying, Elf? You know what? Forget
I'm
it.
implying that your sister...
Just stop talking.
Your sister's into some weird
Save
stuff.
this man.
Get away from
Yeah,
my
we
shop,
should
Elf.
probably stop talking before we make this even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
I'll at least thank you for bringing back something I now got to replace. He just storms back into his shop.
I just shout back after him, "We're sorry!"
Wait, did he give me the strip back? I need to show it to Bigsy.
He didn't. He took it with him.
Do we need it? Do you think?
Yeah, can I request to hold on to the strip?
So yeah, are you going into the shop?
Yep.
All right. So you enter the shop. You can see
You
he's
might
just.
need it.
You can see Gyps kind of like place it on a counter and begins heading into another room before he sees it and says, "What is it now, Elf?"
Listen, can I request that we keep the strip a little bit longer?
Why? Why do you need it?
Let's just say that we're following a lead on something.
If that was an attempt at a pun, I swear.
It was not. Very serious right now.
Make a persuasion check.
I hate you so much.
That would
Talking
be
about the elf.
Dang it, I don't think my mouse registered the click for that one.
Yeah, I don't see anything showing up on the chat.
Oof.
Tell you what, you want it so bad? 2 gold.
Two gold for the rain.
For part of the raid, aye. That's about as much as that part is.
I don't even think he has that much.
I do, actually.
So what are you doing?
Prepare to be haggled.
Oh no.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Just pay the man!
Fine, we'll pay him 2 gold.
Thank you for your patronage, and just like forcefully pushes it, the reins to you, and just puts it in his pocket and heads back into the other room.
And I shall leave with it now.
Okay.
Did we hear that conversation?
You heard the times that Gyps raised his voice, which was quite often. So you heard pretty much Gyps' side of the conversation.
You are completely and utterly useless. I just kind of snatch the rein back.
As she does, can I snap the reins at her hand? Just the whipping motion.
Sure.
Okay.
I would say make a dexterity check and MC to see if you're able to grab it out of the air.
All right.
Like, do you want me to make the...
Nope, it's a... Oof. You're able to sort of hook onto it, but you're not able to get a grab at it. So Delson's still holding onto it.
Just snapped at her with it.
Don't test me.
While we're talking about reins, does anybody remember how much that horse was that we could have bought?
75 gold.
Yes.
Oy.
I mean, that was the only horse you asked about. You didn't check to see if there's any other stuff in the stable.
I'll just
Well, princess, you test me every day, so...
and try not to kill him.
You test me every day, and I'm not...
You test me every minute.
Let's keep this testing on the road, my friends. Let's go.
Okay, so where are you heading on now then?
It's a big Z.
Big C.
To Big Z. Okay, so...
To the sister for awkward conversations.
So, you know that Big Z stable is a little bit further to the south, nearer to the road outside of Terron's Crossing. So you make your way there, and you can see... You arrive at the stable, but you don't see anyone outside the stable.
Alright. Is it like the door's closed but the place is open?
No, you see the top doors where like the horses can stick their heads out is still open. So you know that the stable is still open. It's just that Big C isn't outside.
Okay. Then go in, I guess. See if she's there.
Yeah, man. Let's go find her.
Alright, so you
Give a knock while coming in.
So you go through to the side building next to the stable, and you can see that Big Z is indeed there, and you can see that she is currently hanging up various horseshoes on a nail. As you arrive, she turns to her and says, "Oh, well, hello! Hi! Give me a second," and she just like puts the last one on before turning around, like, swipe her hands. Right, I remember you, lad. Yeah, you inquired about that horse that we got.
Yes, we were.
But that isn't what we're here for this time, unfortunately.
You're
Yes.
looking for something else in, or?
Information.
I think you're asking the wrong person for information here. I'm just a stable hand.
We were
Yes,
sent
but-
specifically to you.
Yeah. By your, is it a boy or a girl?
Bigsy is a girl. Bigsy's
Oh, no,
female,
her
is a female halfling.
I believe that was a guy.
Yeah, Gyps is a male halfling, Bigsy's female halfling.
Okay. We were sent here by your brother.
What does he want now?
It isn't exactly what he wants. It's... Let's just say that we...
Just
Come.
show her.
Look, we found
Yes.
something weird. We were told it's yours. We just want to know what the heck's going on with it.
I show her the half of the brains.
She just reaches forward and just kind of grabs it and takes a look at it before walking off. You can see there's actually a hanger up again on another nail. You can see several horse reins, and in the box below you can see the bit which the horse bites down, and just she lifts up as well, looks at the number, just goes, kind of just takes another one out and flips up and just says, "I was wondering where this went. Where'd you find it?"
Lost it.
It's a bit of a long story. Well, not a long story, but
Well, could you give us the cliff notes?
I had a fall when carrying it. All of it, and she kind of beckons to all the reins and such. Basically, I had a fall. Some people helped me up, and when I got back, I was missing one. I assumed I dropped it.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
Can I join in on the insight checks?
Same with me.
Okay. I'm limiting it to 3 here. So, whispers.
Oh, come.
Okay. You know what? Because the 3 of you did that, I'm not even going to bother doing the whispers. I'm just going to say it. She's telling the truth. She just seems quite embarrassed that she's kind of reluctant to say anything more about it. You get the feeling, going by what Jip said, that when he said that she's done this kind of stuff before, it's not uncommon for her to occasionally lose some of the stuff.
That's so cute. Anyway.
That is really adorable.
Yeah, it is.
When you fell, did you notice anyone, nearby you
There was
that might have taken it?
She was helped up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was helped up by a few people, by Alvin, who helps Greg out in Selstein, Sarah, who lives just over to the south. Who's the other one? It's one of the hunters was coming on by. He held me up as well. I forget what his name is. He's relatively new.
Uh-huh.
I am totally not stalling while I'm trying to find his name. Denler, that was his name. Yeah, Denler. Those 3 were the ones that held me up and gathered the reins and gave it to me.
Okay, so Sarah, Selstein, Denlin, and what was the other name?
Sarah, spelled S-A-R-A.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I always spell it with an H.
Yeah, it's tomato kind of deal with how it's pronounced to this one.
Yeah.
I went with Sarah.
Alright. So I'm writing down notes.
always takes notes.
Do you think that any of them would have taken it for some reason?
Well, Alvin and Sarah don't own a horse, and I doubt Denver would use it for anything. He's a hunter, you don't need a horse to hunt stuff. We ain't hunting any big game.
The thing is that we didn't find this in a place with a horse.
I wouldn't imagine you'd find it anywhere but here.
Try a dead man's bed?
What?
Okay, say it.
You said one of them does own a horse, though?
No, none of them own a horse.
None of them own.
No.
Damn.
I used to own a horse.
You probably owned like 30.
Oh my god. Really, Evie?
42.
Oh god.
So, wait. So you see, under a dead man's bed, what are you on about?
Well, dead man's house. He used to own the bed. Dead man's bed.
Someone...
Evie.
You
Evie.
hear about... Since she's already said something,
Yep.
did you hear about what happened last night?
I know that there was some kobolds that attacked, so it's something like that, and one of the plane hunters kind of fought them off or something like that, but didn't hear about anyone dying.
Did you hear any thunderstorms going on?
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a murder.
There was I heard like 3 in quick succession, then like a few minutes later there was silence, and then a last one. This one was more distant, so I assumed just a storm was coming over.
But, anyways.
Well, there's a lot of
So-
background noise, so it's kind of difficult to hear a little bit.
Sorry.
Essentially, what happened is that a man was killed last night while the commotion was going on with the kobolds. And we feel like they may be connected in some way.
And the rain's a part of that, or
We found them under his bed at the murder scene.
and you just see her kind of like she is just in full shock at this point. I'd love to say I'd know why that'd be the case, but I can't. All I know is what I told you. Just fell outside Celestine Hold, got helped up by those 3, came back, found out that, and she just holds up the ring that you guys found, and then this was gone.
Now, back up a little bit. You said, Denlin said he's a new guy. How new is he?
When I say new, I don't mean like he came a few days ago, like I know you lot did. He's been here a few years, but he's more of the more recent arrivals.
Well,
I see.
So he's been here a few years. It's not like he's just showed up. Like he's got his own place and everything. Not like he's bunking out in the cell scene.
So where is his house?
Oh, it's just it's over down to the south. It's actually in the direction the thunder was, and you realize as she's explaining to it, it's roughly near the house, it's roughly the area where you were searching about where the dead body is.
Could you describe him a little bit to us?
He's a drow elf, so ashen black skin. He's got mist-colored eyes. One of them's blue, the other one's kind of like a purplish, moving over to red. Long.
Drow elf.
Yes.
Well,
Oh my god.
I don't know why you guys are freaking out about it. We've got most of our hunters are drow.
Because
Because it's easier for them to stalk prey at night.
this stuff probably is linked then.
I mean, if we're thinking it was stolen when during the fall, then this guy's my pick. I don't know about you guys.
No. I don't mean about that. I mean about something else.
Do you know where he would be at this time?
I don't know. I mean, he sometimes comes this way just for some stuff, but typically he just goes out on his own when he goes on a hunt. Typically he just goes out and then comes back, and then he usually comes to Jibs when he's back from a hunt. We never really tell when he comes back.
Alright then.
Mhm.
To the Pigeon Palace.
His house was again?
It's over down to the south. It's near to the mines, which, as mentioned, like the way she describes it, like where the buildings are, it's the same area where you found the body.
It's Detroit and D&D.
This has possibly been extremely helpful. I'm
Very
going
much
to
so.
get into my purse and I'm going to give her 5 gold.
Thank you. Thanks. Because she's the shock of the fact that what you've explained to her has kind of worn off a bit. She's still quite shaken. Just thanks.
Alright. Then, are we heading to the Pigeon Palace, as you have so lovely named it? Or are we going to head to his home?
Should probably see his home first, because we might have a suspect of many things now. However,
Right.
that's only part of the thing. We need a motive.
But Deslin, if he's going out on a hunt, we might see where he went hunting too at the Pigeon Palace. Also, I'll just sneak like 3 gold to her as well.
To who?
Our adorable klutz over here.
To Big Z.
Big
Okay.
Z.
Yes.
She's kind of just like she's kind of turned around, going back to the normal stuff, so she doesn't actually notice you like sneakily place 3 gold down.
Alright. Since Oz obviously does not know what we are talking about, could you pull up the Cobalt note?
Yeah,
The
I
contract.
shall show him the note.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm kind of lost in the woods here.
There we go. So they offer you the. I mean, obviously, I haven't put your guys' signature on there, but just assume your guys' signatures on there. I was too lazy to read
Yep.
it. So they pass you the contract, and
This is the wrong one. I meant the Hobgoblin.
oh, the hobgoblin.
Yeah,
one.
The one
Yeah,
that no one
no.
can read.
Okay, different.
Yeah, I pull it out and
Because when you
show
say
it because I
cobalt-
still
so
have
that
it.
he knows why it's significant.
Yep.
You might need
Good luck.
to wait for it to load. But, and you can see
Oh,
that
yeah.
this has got some. Just Osrius
A little
speak
blood.
Goblin, or is that one of Osrius' languages that he knows, or does he not know that one?
Oh wait, what language is this?
Goblin. It's in Goblin.
Oh
but
no,
there's-
I do not know the language. I only know. Okay.
So you see on one side it's a language you don't understand, but you can see on the other side, kind of written almost perfectly on the other side, you can see in common, under a different bit of handwriting, this note.
Okay.
Alright, so we are heading over where? To his home? To the hunter's home?
No, guys, where are you heading?
Oh wow. I mean, we gotta track this hunter down. How on the head I hit this nail, but yeah, this is definitely who I suspect for whatever's going on.
Mhm.
Yay, racial profiling. Okay,
Hey,
let's
now.
go to his home.
Okay, so you're heading to Denmark's home. Alright, so...
I'll split off from the party and head to the Pigeon Palace.
Okay.
Alright, so if that's the case, we'll go with... Because of where you guys are situated currently, we'll go with your journey to the Hunters Guild.
So,
So you head inside and you can see that once again Claudia is she's not looking at the the contract, but she is still obviously there. And as you enter, she says, "Oh, how's it going, Gamma? Where's the rest of you?"
they're out doing a little business. I snuck away for a minute. I had a question to ask.
I can try and answer it.
I was told about one of the newer hunters that's been here for about a year. Denlin, I think his name was.
Know him, yeah.
I'm pretty much just looking to see if he's out hunting anything at the moment.
To be honest, Emma, I don't know. He's not part of the guild, so he never really comes to us for anything.
Oh, I was told he was a part of the guild.
No. It happens all the time. This is why we go with plain hunters as opposed to hunters. For hunters, they go out and like hunt like deer and other stuff. Whereas as plain hunters, we hunt creatures that more want to destroy absolutely everything we know and love. It's completely different.
Well, thank you for the bit of information.
How's the hunt going?
Pretty okay. We have a lead. We found a new friend, I guess.
Huh. Should I add him to your little group list, or?
Not quite yet.
Fair enough.
We'll bring him back eventually.
Okay. All right. As I said, good hunting.
Rest well.
Kind of hard to rest when you got a tribe of kobolds potentially hiding somewhere around here.
And with that, I walk out the door.
Alright. So I'll say, for the sake of brevity, that the rest of you were kind of just waiting for Evelyn to come back. By the time you come back, you see that the guard that was in front of the door has now been replaced by a much smaller guard with a... You see he has a just a standard sword and shield, and he's just kind of leaning back against the door frame, just keeping an eye out, but he's still blocking any way in. And then eventually Evelyn gets back to you all.
Hi, guys.
God, these poor guards.
I know, it must be smelling so horrible standing there.
And that was how I rode a giant crocodile.
Alright.
So are we trying to get into the Denlin's house? Yeah. Alright. How close are we?
Knock on the door first.
So as you arrive at the house, it's a little bit further away, so it's out of sight of the guard. But as everyone but Ozzy goes there, you realise that you've knocked at this house before. It was one of the few that didn't have an answer.
Alright. Can... Alright, is there any windows that we can check in?
Yeah, there's windows, yeah.
Alright, then I'm going to just kind of peek my head into one.
Alright, so the windows have glass in them. They're not like pure open windows. But as you peek in, because all you did was basically just come up, knock at the door and wait, and then leave, you notice that the interior of the house is a complete mess. There's loads of things strewn out on the ground. You can see a few books, some cutlery. Just looks like a very filthy house in there.
It looks like someone broke into this one too.
Let me see.
You look in and see the exact same thing. The house is very messy on the inside.
I'm gonna open the door if I can.
No, they just have no knowledge of the concept of hygiene.
You try to open the door, it is locked.
Can our thief lockpick the door?
I don't know.
We could just throw a rock in the window.
1 second.
I don't know, Rainy. Can
Oh,
you
yes,
lockpick?
that won't make any
Rainy
sound
or
at all.
Ozzy lockpick the door?
Let me check. I'm proficient in thieves' tools, but that's what I'm checking.
Raimi.
I do not have thieves' tools. I do have a crowbar.
You can certainly try and force open the door with a crowbar.
What about Raimi?
I don't know. Rainy,
I pull out my crowbar. I mean, this is one way to.
Raimi.
Yeah.
Raimi. Ghost. Emma. Are you there?
Yeah.
Do you have thieves' tools?
You just go on ahead. Just go on ahead.
Okay. So, with that, Ozzy, you kind of jam the crowbar in, and the door's not exactly well built. There's plenty of gaps for you to stick the crowbar in, and you begin to force your way open. Make a strength check with advantage.
This can only go well.
Oh,
If
thank
it goes
God.
with advantage, oh boy.
Thank you for that advantage.
The rest of
Thank
you,
you,
as
Lord
you're,
Jesus.
trying to like converse with them, you hear a loud crack, and as you turn around, you can see the door is now partially broken on the hinge side because it's not meant to open outwards. But you can see that the door is now open and there's enough space for you to squeeze in.
Mendy. Probably.
Alright. Well, I guess we sneak inside. Can I fit, actually?
It's a bit of a tight squeeze for you, but yes, you can fit in.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright, so you enter the house and you close the door best you can behind you.
I immediately check to see if there's any valuables left behind.
Make an investigation check. Oh, that's your investigation right there, right for that. Unfortunately, there's just so much stuff skewed about, you're kind of a bit overwhelmed by everything, but you do find a small book.
A book?
Yeah, it's rather small. It looks maybe about A5 size. So it's just a small book.
Okay. Well, I pick that up and I check it out.
what did I miss?
So
Looking at a
Mr.
book.
Warlock here found a book. So
Can I look around too?
yeah, make an investigation
Yeah,
check.
I was.
Okay, you can
I
make
want
investigation checks because it's a very big room, so whoever wants to make an investigation check can. Reading the book, it appears to be a small journal. It seems to be it's in common. It just basically talks about Denlit, and you can tell just because of what's written at the front. It's just basically a small journal going over his day-to-day things. I would say, because of how you're reading through it, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Delsin, you find 2 other books.
Can I look through them?
So in one of them, you can see there are sketches and what appears to be of the Crufix creatures. You can see pictures of wildlife. But one of the things that you notice is what looks to be like a sort of floor plan with a sort of box on the side of it. You're not sure what it might entail. In the 4th book, do you speak Undercommon?
I do not.
You cannot understand the language in this 3rd book.
I will take it with me though.
Okay.
Are there any other rooms?
There are. From what you can tell, it it's like an open room with a table and a bed, and then it goes into a narrow corridor to the left. Just behind it, there's a room that leads to what appears to be like the fancy medieval equivalent of a kitchen, and then it goes on a corridor and kind of opens up at the back, and then there's a set of stairs going downwards.
Can I also take the floor plan?
Well, the floor plan is in the second book.
Yeah,
I
taking second book and undercommon book.
It's probably a really stupid idea. I'm going to go down the stairs.
Okay. So,
I toss the journal and follow.
So the two of you go down the stairs. The first thing you notice is it's dark. It is very dark. You can see there's a few lanterns, but they are not lit on. But the one thing you can see is that it's very cramped. It's only about 10 feet by 10 feet, not including where the stairs cut into it. You can see it appears to be a sort of storage room. You can see a few pelts. You can actually see hanging up on the side what appears to be some meat that's drying on a meat rack.
I don't know where.
But beyond that, it just appears to be like a small storage room.
Okay, I'm going to cast light on my warhammer to give us like some more light.
And it illuminates the place a bit more. You do see a handful of crates in the corner now, but beyond that, it appears to be mostly just like a storage thing for where Denlit puts some of his kills, which he might be.
Would you say the light in this room's dim right now? Does dark vision have any benefit right now?
Well, at this point, a light spell's been Nemesis cast a light spell,
Okay,
so it's nice and bright here. It's as if you're standing in the sun.
All right, I'm going to check the crate.
Investigation check.
God, you dumb bitch.
You open it up and you can see there are a few more pelts. You can see some wolf pelts, and I think there might be a untreated bear pelt in there.
Can I look at the pelts?
You weren't there.
You are there.
Oh yeah,
You followed us down?
Yeah.
Alright,
What about the rest of you? Because you are all currently standing in the front room at the moment.
I'm gonna go
More light.
search in. I'm gonna search in one of the other rooms.
Okay, so there's the room that looks like it leads to a kitchen, and there's one that's a bit down a hallway.
I'm gonna go down the hall.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Okay, so the two of you head down the hallway. And you can see that on the way, you can see that the hall's got many scrape marks on the side, and a few gouges in there. You actually see what looks like as if someone had punched into the wood slightly, splintered hard. And as you arrive, you can see the back part is a mess, and you can see some heavy damage to a back door that is there. It's once again a mess here. You can see there's some like clothing, there's some like covers over on one side, and just a lot of debris. The thing that you notice here compared to the front room is that the damage here appears to be to the actual building as opposed to the belongings.
Strange.
I'll
I
pop my
investigate?
head out the back door.
Yeah, can I investigate like the coverings and stuff?
Okay, so you kind of like start pressing about on the covering to see if there's anything, and your hand hits something hard, and you kind of hit on it a bit more, and you hear a sound of metal. And as you grab the cover and pull it off, you can see, unmoving, Harvey.
Oh my god! Guys! Evie! Evie! It's Harvey!
Harvey!
As you notice, Harvey is like when you last saw him, like he had white orbs that were lit up. they are completely dark at this one. You can see that he has sustained what appears to be some very heavy damage. The metal parts are dented and twisted. The several parts of his wooden body have got splits on it. You can see what appears to be something that looks like tree sap coming from it. The chest plate that covers his Celestine's core is still on there, but it has got signs of scorch marks and dents.
Oh, wow.
Open the chest plate.
No. Herbs.
So you're opening the chest plate, Evelyn?
Yes.
So you kind of it's a little bit difficult because you don't actually see how Harvey actually unhooks it, but you're able to find like these little catches, and it's a little difficult because of the damage on the chest plate, but you're able to pull it off, and you can see so you can see that the inside also shows signs of like blunt force trauma and such. Is there anything particular that you're looking at inside the chest cavity?
Checking to make sure his core is okay. Like, what keeps him alive?
So, looking close up at where the core is, you can see that... It was kind of difficult to see because you didn't get a good look at it, but you can see a sort of circular... similar to the contraption that Nemesis found, but you can see it's lined with many small spikes all pointing towards a red casing. And looking in the casing, it seems to be intact.
Desmond, go get the party.
Exactly. I go to get them. Guys!
Yeah, what's up?
Get up here.
Hey, I think they found something. Let's go.
Your voice is so gruff. Okay, you're gonna go up.
It's like freaking... Guys, come on.
So you all, it's a bit of a tight squeeze because of the space, but you eventually all gather in a spot where you can all see that lying there, with the chest plate now kind of taken off, the inactive Harvey.
I'm gonna be away for just a second.
Alright, that's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
We gotta transport him.
Actually,
How are we going to transport
Harvey's not
this?
working. We're not strong.
Well,
Okay, here... Well, she is, but here's the thing. Okay.
I mean, you can test trying to pick him up.
Or we could try and get him onto a sheet and drag him back.
Wait, we have the nets. Nets are made of rope. Maybe there's some wood around here that we can tie to the nets and use it. Use it, wrap it around him, and try to carry him.
before that, maybe we could try to turn him on?
Do you know how?
Oh dear. Can I look for an on switch?
I would say to figure out how to like reactivate him, I would say this is really difficult because it's like how do you make a person figure out if they don't know really much about Warforged? I would say make an intelligence check.
Oh god. Oh my god, I hate you.
I mean, I'm just thinking what would be the case. Obviously you're not very fully aware of contraptions, but you, at the very least, you wouldn't... You remember McGilly mentioning about how they never really had much of a way of turning off Warforged, they more had the failsafe.
Okay, so when she examined the core, it was intact, right?
No, it was intact.
Okay.
Like, looking into it now, you can see it's kind of like a clear red glass, and in the middle of it you can see what appears to be like a pure white stone that is still glowing, but dimly. And as you look at it closer, you can see that the pins that are actually partially in the glass surrounding the the Celestine core, but they haven't actually pierced into it. So you get the feeling just by that the core is still intact.
So who wants to try and slap him awake?
Well, can we just order him to get up?
Remember, he wasn't listening to us.
We can try, though. He wasn't particularly listening to McGilly either.
Okay, back.
Worth a shot. Arby, what time is it?
No response. And I'm just gonna, because of where Trofnar is from.
I don't think he's working, guys.
Alright.
What is Harvey again?
Harvey is
The
a
Warforged.
Warforged.
Okay.
He's our Lord and Master.
I will attempt to pick Harvey up.
Make a strength check.
I'll help.
Yeah, I'll help too.
I'm only going to let two of you do this, so strength check with advantage.
Oh.
So you pick up Harvey. He is heavy. You picked up heavy things before, but picking up a human that's roughly the size of you, but made out of metal and wood, it's quite a bit of strain. But one thing you notice is that even though he's like this construct, the way his body kind of moves in terms of how much it can bend and such is similar to that of a normal human.
Would we be able to carry him all the way back to McGilly's? I don't think
You
would be
could,
able
but
to.
it would take a long time, and I would say you run the risk of getting a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Harvey,
at least
Harvey
get-
is roughly about the limits of your. He is extremely heavy.
Okay.
There's a bed around here, right?
Let's
We
at least
can
get
toss
him.
him on the mattress and drag that.
No, let's at
Okay.
least get him outside. Then we should.
Hold on. What would be easier is for one or two of us to stay here and the rest to get McGilly.
Okay.
He knows how to work Harvey.
Okay.
Okay. So I will go ahead and just try to gently set him down because there's no way that we're going to be able to actually get him there without.
It's a bit of a
draining
loud
ourselves.
landing because of his weight and such, but he is back just fine.
I'm
One
sorry.
thing you
Harvey.
notice as well, though, is that you've known Harvey had the thunder cannon. There is no sign of it.
Oh boy. Okay.
They took his cannon.
This is a new town for me, right?
Yeah, you've not spent
Okay.
very long in Old Pterodon. You know roughly a few of the major areas, like you know where the inn is, you know where the mines are because they're like a central point. You know where the Plain Hunters Guild is.
Okay. Who is going to go back? Because I'm going to stay here.
I guess I'll have to be going back.
Oz's going back. He doesn't.
Yep.
All right,
He's
so
been looking
the
for
two
a
of you,
way,
the two of you are going to
eyeing
be
the
heading.
exit for a while.
You're getting
The
away.
two of you are going to be heading for the Celestine Hold. Are you going out through the front or the back way?
I'll go through the back.
All right.
Yeah,
You,
I'm thinking the back.
you reach out to open the door and just you watch as the back door just slowly starts to tumble over, and you're able to like just put a hand up to stop it, and you can see from the front there's quite a few dents on the front of it.
So he
But you're able
probably.
to like kind of shift the door to the side, and you head out to the Celestine Inn. You get there rather uneventfully. You do get a few odd looks as you come running out from the back garden somewhere, but people don't seem to take much notice. At this point, you can see so many of them are starting to head back into their rooms as it is now about, I would say, about 5 or 6 o'clock. But you make it back to the inn, and Greg lets you through, and you go up to where McGilly's room is.
I open the door.
Right,
McGilly?
What is it? And hi, by the way. Yes, I'm fine,
Hello?
thank you.
Hello? I'm sorry, but we found Harvey.
You... Where?
Come with us. We'll explain along the way. He's inactive right now, it seems.
He kind of just, like, points to his wounds and says, I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere, frankly. Right, where is he?
Hey, why don't you just tell him, man? I mean...
Okay, this is going to be a long...
Give the cliff notes, because I want you to get them back as soon as you can.
Long story short, we were investigating the murder of Gregor, and we found the lead with Dowlick. And, well, when we went to investigate his house, and we found Harvey there.
What's his core like? Is it active, inactive? What's going on?
It's still intact, at least. It's glowing red. The pins have been gone off. He's missing his thunder cannon, though.
That's fine. He can build another one. So he's inactive. Core's still okay. Right, and he kind of like reaches into his satchel again. Winston just like pulls out what appears to be a health potion. Warforge are more creature than construct, if you can believe it. If you put this in his mouth, it should wake him up.
Got it.
All right. Hey, real quick. Well, within a new city, probably to sort of see if anybody knows anything about what happened, what's transpired.
So the information that you got was what Claudia told you about that. You didn't go to speak to McGilly as the first time he's met you.
Right.
So you were just told that there was a cobalt attack, McGilly went down, Harvey was missing, and 05 was destroyed, and indicated where the bastard was, and you went straight there.
Oh, okay. All right, right on then.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, I guess that's any reason to stick around any longer?
Here, and he kind of like reaches again. He pulls out. You can see that you see a longsword on there. He just passed it to you. Look, I don't know what Harvey's gonna do, but if he goes off again, he's gonna need to defend himself. Give him this.
Got it. Take the longsword with me too.
Okay. And he sit back and just kind of like gets to the comfy guy. Goes, "What are you doing, bleeding standing here? Go get Harvey."
Away.
Yeah, I head back out the door without really.
I head off as well.
Okay, so you very
See you later, McGilly.
quickly make your way back to where Harvey is. The rest of you, I'd say make a perception check. Whoever's keeping an eye out inside Denlet's house.
Alright.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Abbott Catwood.
You do see some movement at the front, but seeing like the movement quickly, you're able to adjust yourself so that you can't be seen. Nothing seems to happen beyond that. So, the rest of you...
It was just a cat.
The rest of you, so Ozzy and Deslin, you make your way back through the back door of the missing door. So now you're all back together again.
Alright.
Okay, let's first close up this chest. And then, like I said, take the potion and put it there.
Yeah, so as you kind of open up Harvey's mouth, you can see there is sort of like appears to be some working form of like mouth and throat and such. So do you apply the potion to him?
Yep.
Alright, and I'll just go ahead and roll it myself here. Okay. So you watch as the liquid of the potion goes down Harvey's throat, you think? And nothing happens for a few seconds before you feel like hear a scraping sound, and looking down you can see his like right hand start to twitch. And after a few seconds, the hand firmly places down as Harvey begins to stand up once more. You see the orbs in his eyes start to light up as well. And eventually he's just standing there at full height.
You okay there, Herbs?
You watch as Harvey actually looks at you.
I don't know what happened.
Can we discern any sort of like facial features or anything like to tell us be in, or if he's like confused?
With Harvey, his like faceplate is basically just like metal plating.
Damn.
Like he has a jaw which can move up and down and such, but he doesn't have like eyebrows or anything. It's just metal plating that is in the shape of a face.
Would I be able to use lay on hands on him?
What was that, Nancy?
Would I be able to use lay on hands on him?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I'll just gently put my hand on him and I'll try to heal him for 5 points.
Alright. You watch as the divine magic from your lay on hands kind of surround him for a second before, similar to casting it on yourself or on other people, it kind of goes inwards, and you watch as some of the wooden splintering kind of repairs itself and some of the sap stops leaking out.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm awesome.
And as you do this, you just watch as Harvey just slowly looks towards you as well.
Ready to go home, Harvey?
You watch as Harvey looks at you before shaking his head.
Do you
Is
recall
this a
anything?
yes or a no?
And shakes his head again.
Harvey,
Okay.
can you tell us what happened here?
You watch as Harvey opens his mouth, but all you hear is like creaking and crackling, and as he closes his arm, you see him like actually sort of check his throat before you see one of his fingers like disappear partway in. As he takes it out, his finger out again, just... Obviously you can't tell from how he looks, but it looks like you can tell at this point he's kind of just realised that, oh, I've hurt this.
Okay.
Oh, that can't be good.
Put my hand on his throat and heal him for 5 points again.
Jay, you.
Alright. So
Can I try to assist with cure wounds?
by all means, go ahead.
Okay. Come on, sheet.
Alright. You hear some cracking noises coming from the throat, but as you move your hand away, there's still a little bit of a gap, but it's rather thin. About like size of a pea basically. And you watch see check the throat again and looks at you all and says, "Unit designated Harvey. 2 friends. My thanks."
It's no problem. Saved us before, and we're looking to make sure that you were okay. Gilly's been worried.
Unit designation to Half-Elf. Directive forbids me returning to Creator until objective is completed.
What's your objective?
And looks towards you. Unit designation Harvey to large humanoid. Kill kobolds. Kill perpetrator.
That's fun.
Ah, I've lost my connection. Ah!
Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't
Yeah.
see anybody but my own icon up
My
there.
Yeah,
connection
me
has
too.
been interrupted. The status hasn't gone crap, has it? No, it looks
we
it
go.
said it's fine.
It's back.
Yeah,
Back for me.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. Alright, I got worried there for a second. We lost radio.
You're not moving for me though.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm moving for me, and that's all that matters. Either that or you can just refresh and see if it fixes itself. I mean,
Yeah, if you refresh the page.
Mhm.
Who gave you this objective?
One sec, I'm just shifting your stuff here as you're refreshing, so it's spread out on the right there. Unit
Sorry.
designation Harvey
Dump.
to large humanoid. Directed issued by Unit designation Harvey.
I
Okay.
see.
So, obviously, we can infer that he's probably gained quite a bit of sentience.
You get the feeling, given the fact that let alone that he's responded to you, the fact that he himself has decided to hunt down the kobolds and whoever his perpetrator is.
Do
Harvey.
you know who took you? Like, brought you here?
Unit designation to tall humanoid. Unit designation Harvey came here upon his own accord. Unit
You
designation
came
Harvey
here.
engaged with perpetrator.
What did the perpetrator look like?
Unit designation Harvey to large humanoid. Perpetrator described as elf, drow, 5 feet tall. Different colored eyes. Blue on left eye. Reddish purple on right eye.
Why were you shut off, though? Or how were you?
Unit designation Harvey to. I'm just gonna skip this because it's gonna drive you guys nuts as well
Yeah.
as me. I would keep doing that, but for the sake of everybody's sanity, I'm just going to say that he basically says Unit designation Harvey to, and then describes who you are. Although he will keep saying, Unit designation Harvey was defeated in battle with perpetrator. Unit designation Harvey lacked item thunder cannon.
What happened?
Yes, we noticed. Well, it appears that the drow is no longer here.
As this mystery deepens, potential murderer, plotting kobolds. What's going to happen next? Are we going to find out that he's been messing with abyssal stuff?
Alright, so. Harvey, I understand that you want to go and kill the perpetrator and whoever, hurt you and McGilly. I'm worried. Shouldn't you check on him first?
You watch as Harvey just kind of looks straight ahead and thinks for a second before looking to you and says, "Can you confirm status of Creator McGilly?"
He is currently injured and resting, and he is at the inn.
He kind of looks forward again before saying quietly, "Situation designate McGilly is safe enough. Proceeding with objective."
Okay. You want to continue with your objective. We want to help you with your objective. So, Would you like to at least come with us?
Affirmative.
Alright, good. That's progress.
So does Harvey know for a fact that is the perpetrator, or is it more he just believes that he was the perpetrator?
I mean, are you asking Harvey this?
You can ask him.
Yeah, I think I should. How do you know Denlin was the guy who think that you're seeking him down for?
You dare question the Lord and Master?
You see him like look at you, and it's quite disturbing seeing this essentially walking construct of wood and metal look at you for a few seconds.
Never mind.
Before he looks up and says, "Alteration of entry, perpetrator, new name, Denlit," and then looks back at you again and goes, "Unit designated Harvey gave chase to Denlit."
Well, there you have it.
Alright. Well, so you don't keep calling us half-elf and large humanoid and such.
Yep.
I'm Nemesis. We've met before.
And as you basically introduce yourself every time, he basically says that he essentially is editing something. So he goes, "Edit entry, large humanoid, new name, Nemesis," and such. Just for everybody's sanity.
Yeah.
I could do it the entire time, but I feel you guys will get driven nuts by it, so I'm just doing this for your guys' sanity more than anything.
Alright. Can you walk?
Affirmative.
Alright. Well, you don't have anything to fight with. Is there anything that we can give him?
Oh wait, McGilly sent over something. I pulled.
You watch
Sent it
as
to Harvey.
you watch as he grabs the longsword and just unsheaths it straight away and just observes it and says, "Acknowledgement," and just puts the sword back in the sheath and kind of he holds onto it because the belt holding it is far too small for him.
Alright. So, Harvey obviously wants to complete his objective. Do you possibly know where the perpetrator might have gone, or maybe the kobold?
Harvey just thinks for a few seconds before going. Unit designated Harvey saw kobolds vanish underground. Could not fit in escape route, so unit designated Harvey gave chase to Denlit.
Underground? Do you
Affirmative.
mean the mine? Or
Negative.
what
Can you
do you
take
mean
us
by
there?
underground then?
Affirmative. Says that to you, Evelyn.
Well, most of us are small. We might as well just follow them.
Most of us are.
Alright.
Easy
So,
for
We can
you.
try to dig out an opening.
Alright.
alright, so you guys going to have Harvey take you to where he saw the kobolds vanish?
Just a quick look about. Is there anything else interesting before we leave?
Well, I did have the book.
Minus the books, I'd say, just for the sake of moving it along and such, you don't find anything in particular. It just seems to be a regular old house.
So there's no bow I can hijack.
Oh dear.
You,
My
it's odd.
character
That's the odd thing
not
that you
loading.
notice. There is no sign of any fletching supplies or anything. That's the only odd thing that you note. No bow, no quivers, no arrows. Nothing involving bow and arrows at all.
Weird for someone who's supposed to be a hunter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point this guy is very, very guilty.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, I thought he was the prince.
Excuse me?
You're a
I
prince.
can't call him a princess. We already have one of those.
Harvey, please lead the way.
I'm done.
Acknowledged. And he sets off at quite a fast pace given the state that he currently looks like he's in. But eventually he seems to head almost straight west. And within a couple of minutes, being a warforged, he definitely gets a few stares from people. But they seem to ignore him either out of fear or because they know about the fact that these things do exist. And eventually he leads you to a place that's familiar. It's a little bit off where Stellus and the Sharp Teeth were. And as you arrive, they're still there. Still looking about. They're a lot closer to where you are now, but eventually Harvey takes you a little bit further ahead. They spot you and like give you a wave for acknowledgement while they keep looking. Until one of them does a double take and realize that Harvey's there. To which the rest of them kind of like head towards you very quickly. To the point where Harvey stops, turns to you and says, "Unit designated Harvey last saw kobolds in this vicinity."
See,
And you said they went underground.
Affirmative.
Alright. Can we see if there's any, like, I don't know, tunnels or something?
Make an
Holes.
investigation check.
time to invest.
Oh my god, you're not stupid.
Time to find holes.
Everybody investigates.
Why do I feel
Mars
like-
is going on, Stellus and such all arrive, and he kind of just like gives Harvey a hit on the back, says, "We'll be looking all over for you, you daft bastard." Harvey doesn't respond at all. No reaction or anything.
I look to them. Can I look to the...
What's in the what now?
Remember the really posh guy?
Oh no.
Oh,
God.
Erebus. Yep, so what do you say to Erebus?
That information was important. You idiot.
Well, excuse me for thinking otherwise!
Maybe we should send him down the hole.
That would be great.
Send me where?
Important business. You might need to help with it.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Okay, so with the investigation stuff, Ozzy, you have
Find the
no
rock.
idea what's going on at this point. Everything looks the same to you, and you're just kind of... You never saw Erebus before, and you're kind of distracted by how pompous he's being.
Well,
You find several cobalt tracks that spread out, and as you follow them, you find several rabbit burrows, like entrances to rabbit burrows. About 6 of them in total. Evelyn, because you rolled that high, upon searching, you kind of follow the tracks a different way, and you end up finding the body of a kobold, but unlike the ones in where the battle took place, this one looks different. He's got sharper teeth, he's actually got like long, scaly wings, and his claws are much bigger and sharper. This is a different kobold to those normal ones. But see, because you've rolled that high, you can see that, you don't even need to do a medicine check at this point, you can see a wound, what appears to be like a circular wound on its right arm, and looking at its head, there is signs of severe blunt trauma.
Oof.
But the thing that's weird about it is the fact that it looks like it's been dragged into a brush. Alright, so you found a cobalt body and the rabbit burrows as well, and Nemesis found the rabbit burrows. So,
What did I find?
You eventually find the rabbit burrows, but Nemesis and Evelyn beat you to it.
Hmm.
Could I loot this guy first before I let the others know?
Make an investigation check again. You find 3 silver pieces and a potion. You're not sure what it is.
I'll just add that in here as
Unknown
potion.
potion, probably. Yeah, potion, question mark, or unknown potion, whatever you prefer to call it. But you don't know what it is.
How much would you say that weighs?
About half a pound.
Alright. Hey guys, I found something.
What is it?
A dead something?
I go over while picking up a stick.
I follow. I bring my rock with me.
Harvey follows along. Basically, everyone follows along while they're doing this. And as you arrive, you look over it before you hear Harvey speak up and says, "Unit designation Harvey. Kill confirmed."
You killed this?
Affirmative.
Did you drag it away, or did you leave
Negative.
it where it was?
And he kind of like turns around and points over to roughly where you lot were standing and said, "Kobold, death, there."
You said he was in front of a hole, right? Hole or a burrow or something?
So a little bit further away, there are a few burrows. It's only about like 10, 15 feet away.
Roughly how big are they?
I mean, you know how the size of a bunny? That's how big they are. You could probably get your head in there, but nothing beyond that. A small creature could fit in there, but anything above that wouldn't be able to.
Send the pigeon.
We could send the pigeon. But I don't want to lose a pigeon. Like we've done before.
That was your fault.
You threw him!
Good.
We could try putting a makeshift fishing line in there.
Well, I said, keep in mind, I said there are 6 burrows.
Yeah.
And the trails kind of go to
Alright.
all of them, but you don't know where exactly they're converging onto.
Is my hammer still glowing?
At this point, the light spell would have ran out.
Alright.
Can I
So
reach
who
down?
wants to stick their hand in there?
I have a better idea how.
How about we let the new guy do it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Alright, I totally got this. Alright. I need a Asperzier. Oh, wait, no, in an hour. Never mind.
Okay.
I tried to summon a familiar, but that takes an hour.
Yeah, and I believe you need incense for that as well.
Consumed by herbs are the only ones that are consumed.
Ah, right,
And I
so
would-
it's not a monetary amount of stuff, because
Yeah.
I mentioned to these, but I'll mention again. Anything in the player's handbook that mentions a monetary value, you do need to actively go out and buy. But if,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
just for
No
the record for the future, so we don't run into the issue to begin with.
Yeah. So, I mean, all I can really do is stick my head in and, I mean, you said it's the size of a rabbit burrow?
Yeah. So you can stick your head in. Because you've got dark vision, you'd be able to see normally. So I'd say make a perception.
Yeah.
So there's 6 burrows. There's like 2 that are directly in front of you, one that's off to the left, and 2 that are further to your right.
Alright, anyone stick out more so than
They're
others
all-
as far as...
The only one that it's really just the direction. One of them's facing towards you, one's facing to the right. The one on the far left you can't see the entrance to. Same with one of the ones at the front, but one of the ones further back faces. So you got 2 facing towards you, one facing right, one facing away from you, one facing in a direction.
Alright,
you're not
just
sure
just
of.
for the sake of...
I'll get it right now, Mom.
Just for the sake of...
Okay, guys, be right back.
just for the sake of convenience, just checks the begins with the closest one.
All right. So the two are roughly the same. So we'll say make 2 perception checks.
Jeez. Okay. Oh, perception. I bet.
Yeah. Because you're trying to see
Great.
down a rabbit hole.
Oh, fantastic.
Alice in Wonderland.
So for the first one, you kind of stick your head in, but your horns actually catch on the burrow and it partially collapses, causing a bunch of dirt to go into your eyes. You just like kind of like, and eventually you wipe it off.
That one.
You look into the second one, and you're a lot careful this time. And just looking down, you can see that it curves sharply towards you. Like, as in, like, the underground part curves sharply towards you, but it doesn't appear to widen or anything.
And how many are left?
So there's one that's obviously collapsed, the one that you've just checked. There's 3 more. There's one that's far to the left and 2 that are further away to your right.
All right, I start basically.
Basically what now?
Start crossing them off the list. I check each one individually just to see if anything sticks out.
Okay, so the far left one, make a perception. Make 3 perception checks, and we'll go to the far left and then the 2 right ones.
Left to right sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. So, as you search the one on the far left, you kind of are able to stick your head and look downwards, and you see it open up by a significant amount.
okay.
And looking down, you kind of like look, because of how you rolled there, you can see it's a little difficult because of the height, but about 40 feet down, you can see solid floor. And looking about, you can see that it looks to be a cavern.
Great.
And you look through the other 2, and like with the one you were able to search, it again like kind of curves, and you see a few of them curve toward. You see one of them curve towards the cavern, but you don't know if it meets up with that cavern.
Gotcha. All right, I relay this information back to the. Hey guys, I'm trying to get in here.
Sorry, Mom. Just putting
Left
under-
one on the one on the left is our best bet. We just have to open up the open it up a little bit. Just a heads up. There's gonna be. You said there's a drop, right?
It's about a 50-60 foot drop.
Just a heads up. There's gonna be a pretty big fall, so we might want to make preparations for that.
Wait, how big is this hole?
So the hole is about the size that a rabbit would be able to fit into. So essentially, it's big enough that a small creature would be able to squeeze into, but nothing
You said
bigger.
it opens up. Oh, I thought you said it opens up.
No, so the entrance part it does, but it goes down by a couple of feet, and then it starts to open up.
Right,
What did I miss?
If we were to dig that hole, dig it open, we could all fit and feasibly move around, right?
Yeah, you would have to open it
great.
up a little bit, but yeah.
What did I miss?
They found a cavern in one of the
Yeah.
rabbit holes.
Okay.
The rabbits have a very big house.
Dig the hole.
Luxury model.
And so you relay this to everyone, including Sharpteeth, and Stella's like kind of like hefts out his hammer. You notice, Nemesis, you've used a warhammer obviously, but you notice with this one, it's got like the front part of a hammer, but it narrows very quickly into like a sharpened tip on the other side, and you just watch the kind of like spirals it around so the pointy ends going. It's like, all right, let's get this over with. So he's going to attempt. You watch.
Oh, hey, it doubles as a pick.
Yeah, so you watch as Cells kind of like raises his hammer up and he smashes it down. And you watch as the sharp part sticks in for a few bits, and then you watch him as he kind of just goes like, as his hammer is now stuck in the ground, and he's just trying to get it open.
Okay, let's help him pull it.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Group
I'll
effort.
go ahead and help him.
Okay, make a strength check. As you do this, Okay.
At 20.
Hey.
You watch as Celis, like, his hands slip and he kind of, like, falls, lets go of the mole and falls down, as you just casually, like, grab hold of it, and you kind of twist it a bit before lifting it all out completely.
Woo.
And as you hand it back, he just says, Celis just says, appreciate it.
Of course.
The power being a big buff Cheetah Puff.
Colossus, you watch as he runs towards the red hole and just kind of starts digging into it. He makes some decent progress, but not a whole lot. At this point now, it would be the case where you'd be able to fit into the top part, but you won't be able to fit the entire way through. Is there anything else anyone wants to do to try and find a way to dig down?
We could always use Harvey.
Let me check
Harvey
my...
looks at you and says, error, unsure of purpose.
Hold on.
As you guys are thinking about this, Selene and Erebus both walk up to it and kind of like they shoo Colossus away. Erebus just observes it for a second while Selene like grabs his hand, like kind of holds onto his hand for a second. You see a sort of dark energy start to pool in it as he kind of sticks his hand in. And you see him like just with his other hand kind of like bite down on it, and he is going to do something very stupid, which will hopefully help you guys out. He is going to cast... What level would that be best? Yeah, that level will work good.
Oh god, don't tell me.
He is going to cast Eldritch Blast with it in his hands. So he's going to... at first level. So he is going...
But isn't Eldritch Blast a cantrip?
Yeah, but you can cast it at a higher level, I think. Is it? Or am I confusing that with something else? Let me just check. What does it say here? Oh, wait, no, it's... I'm confused with some of these cantrips sometimes. Okay, well, he's going to do Eldritch Blast anyway to try and blast it open. So that is a D10. That's not a D10. That's a D12. I was going through. So there's a D10.
Best cantrip, though.
Okay, so Selene takes 6 points of damage as you watch as an eruption of dirt kind of blasts open. As he pulls his hand out, you can see his hand is bloodied. You can see a few bits of, like, few parts of the skin are just completely sheared off and such, and he just, like, shakes his hand a little bit. Looking at the hole that he's made, it looks like he's made it about 5 feet down. So there's about another 20 feet to go before you reach the cavern. No, not 20 feet, another 5 feet even.
5 feet? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's 10 feet of solid earth, and then it opens
Okay.
into the cavern.
Hey, let me try that. And I prepared I Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, you gonna do the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, then
Oh.
roll a d10.
He's gonna blow himself up.
I don't know.
If we have a character die on the first time, I swear to God.
Okay, so you
That's
take
it.
9 points of force damage from holding your holding the Eldritch Blast and having it just explode in your hand.
Oh, damn it!
But
Wouldn't they be
as-
doubled for crit?
Well, no, he isn't making an attack, per se. He's, like, letting the energy pool up, and then he's basically letting it explode in his hand. So he's not actually attacking anything with it, he's just making it explode. So
I see.
that's why Selene didn't need to make an attack roll either, because he's not attacking anything, he's just letting it build up and essentially pop. So with that, you... In fact, I want you to make an athletics check as well, then.
Me?
Yes. Okay. So
Oh, wow,
as,
that's really well.
as you pull your hand out, you feel the ground start to give way, and you're able to just like quickly scramble out as about 5 feet of just the terrain around it just falls inwards. And looking down, about 60 feet downwards, you can see a floor leading into a cave.
Well, that's one way to get the job done.
Are you okay there?
I'll be fine.
Well then.
Selling walks up to you and just kind of like, with his wounded hand, just like taps you on the shoulder, and he is going to go ahead and cast a Cure Wounds on you. Because he can do that. So you heal 5 points of damage from that.
Crickly, crackly, kickly cat.
And as he takes his hand off, he just kind of looks at his hand again and just goes, yeah, if it's okay with you guys, I want to bow out on this.
Fine.
Can we at least take the snooty one?
I mean, certainly, if the rest,
Come on. You're in future Archmage, aren't you? Imagine the tales that you can tell of this grand adventure and how
make a persuasion check.
I believe I also have what's it called? Yeah, expertise.
So that's a +1 to your that then. To whatever you roll.
Proficiency is doubled.
Okay. So that's a plus an extra 2 then for your persuasion.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll a persuasion check then. He watches Erebus kind of like think slightly and says, I, Erebus, will, I'll follow you a little bit of the way in.
Hold on.
Just a little bit.
Hold on. I will put my hand on his shoulder, and on my hand is a house ring, which has the symbol of a narcissus on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure if you helped us a little more, I could put in a good word for you with my family.
Make a persuasion check. DC will be higher, but obviously with while you were to get the DC does go down a bit. So I'll think of what it is. So go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I'm distracted by a cat just rolling around right here.
And you watch as kind of like the fear kind of fades from his face, just goes, and kind of just tries to brush your hand off. Tries being the key word.
Hi, kitty.
Of course, I will gladly assist in this.
Perfect.
And the other two look in, and you see Cell says, "Oh, there's no fucking way I'm going down there."
That's okay, we just want to kill your friend anyways. That's out of character.
And whatchamacalls it, Sylvie says, "I'm not going down there without Colossus, and I don't see a way for him."
Of course. That's alright. We completely understand.
Just try not to get him killed.
We'll try.
Okay.
Wait, what did you guys say? I'm sorry, I thought I heard a cat.
They
We'll try,
convince
but no
Erebus to
promises.
join them in going down into the depths.
Yeah.
Yep. And oh yeah, that was actually in.
Alright. Okay, so. Got a 60-foot drop. What do you do?
Does it look like there's footing to actually?
No, the where it opens up, it's basically in the center of the cavern.
So, so it's a 60-foot drop.
Yes.
If we were to jump down, how bad do you think it would be?
So it's a d6 per 10 foot of damage. So once you get to 20 feet, you take 1d6, 30 feet. So you take 5d6 of falling damage.
Dig.
Okay.
handle
Then-
that.
All right.
Wait a minute. How long are the 2 nets that you have? You have 2 nets, right? Was it 1 or 2?
Yeah, don't we also have some rope?
I believe some of you do have rope, and the rope by default is 20 feet.
Okay.
I do
Well.
not have any rope or anything that would help with this.
I'm debating on doing this. I can probably carry maybe 2 small people with what I would do, which is Radiant Soul. If I do
that
it?
one.
Well, what does that do?
It's a
It gives
race
you
trait.
wings.
Oh,
But yeah,
I was just thinking we tied the nets together. Stab
Yeah,
them down because I still have those 2 bug signs.
The nets are about 10 foot each, so you'll be able to get 20 feet down.
yeah, and also some of the rope, because I believe Raimi has a rope.
so if we tied the nets and the rope together,
You
That would be
have
about
40
40
feet, so
feet.
you'd still take 1d6 of falling damage.
we can take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's much easier. There's less death in that option.
Whoever died from 1D. I
A
mean,
wizard.
Don't jinx it.
aside from that wizard we used to have in the Skyrim D&D session.
I mean, hopefully you're not that squishy.
I mean-
the guy that you can see in Morrowind. He like takes a flying potion and he crashes to his death.
That's me in Skyrim. using Whirlwind Sprint.
Nice. All
Just
right.
Fly off the throne of the world.
We will go ahead and tie the nets and the rope together.
Alright, let me chat at me. I don't think Raimi actually does have rope. Oh wait, I forgot to... Yeah, no, he would have rope. Alright, so Raimi doesn't have rope, but I know that Celis would, because of who he is. So,
What about Trothnor?
So, Trofnar, I've just checked his. He doesn't have any rope on him.
Okay.
He's got backpack.
Oh, I have rope.
Oh no!
I
no,
actually
wait,
have
oh, wait,
50
wait, wait, actually,
of rope.
Trofnar's got rope
Wait,
as well.
say that
Actually,
again?
I have 50 feet of rope.
50.
Hey, can we just use that?
Yeah, because I
Wait.
have an explorer's pack.
What were you planning on doing with all that rope?
Okay, well then, yeah, you got 50 feet of rope.
Yeah.
Some kinky stuff.
Nemesis is completely innocent. Leave her alone. Okay. Yes. I will go ahead and take out my 50 feet of rope that I did not know that I had until I checked the explorer's pack.
Check your items, people.
Yes.
You never know when it might save your life.
Or your legs.
Alright,
Okay,
I will take
so-
out the rope and then what can we tie this on to?
Celis walks up to you and just goes, "Aye, I'll do it."
Thank you. You're so sweet.
And he
Tie it onto the
but
door.
You notice as he takes the rope, he kind of drags it over and kind of like starts wrapping it around Harvey.
Alright, I would say
but
the lighter one
as he does
go
this,
first.
you watch as Harvey like walks towards the opening and kind of looks down at it. Because don't forget, Harvey still wants to go down there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So lighter ones go first because I don't know how started this rope is. We may as
It's
well
hempen rope.
survive.
I'd say make an intelligence check to see just how much that rope's going to be able to take.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kind of okay, succeed. You know that it will be able to take all of you. You're not too sure about Harvey, though. Harvey is at least twice your weight.
Okay. So we will, I guess I'll go down first.
I will follow.
We're all going down.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I just
you all climb down. Erebus follows you shortly. So I'll just...
Give Harvey the thumbs up as thanks.
So you watch as Harvey grabs onto the rope and starts to pull himself down as you hear from above, Hey, stop it, you stupid! No, I can't... And you can hear Celis visibly straining as the rope is starting to, like, slip downwards. It doesn't look like Celis can keep hold of the rope with Harvey on.
Have we reached the bottom yet?
You're all at the bottom. You're waiting for Harvey to come down, but the rope is slipping, and Celis appears to be unable to keep Harvey, and he's starting to slide towards the opening here.
I step to the side.
Can I... Okay, how far down is Harvey so far?
He's right at the lip. Like, he could pull himself back up if he wanted to. But it's slipping quick. It's slipping quite quickly at this point.
I'm going to try.
What are you doing,
Oh,
guys?
I
You wanna get
add
time?
one more spell to my. I actually could add one more spell as a level 1, so I can do this.
You wanna get time, guys? Quickly.
Okay, I am going to cast Featherfall on Harvey.
Yes.
Yes.
You watch as the ropes suddenly stop sliding as Harvey just starts making his way down. I assume you casted it on Harvey.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just holding my
Walks
hand
down
out.
as if he weighs absolutely nothing until Harvey eventually lands at the bottom. And just kind
Whoa. I didn't know if that was going to work.
And then you watch as the rope just kind of gets pulled upwards as Celis kind of looks over and says, We'll wait up here, give us a shout if you make it. Or come find us if you find another way. Probably gonna need it for that asshole. And kind of just beckons to Harvey.
Leave Harvey alone. He is a precious angel.
Exactly. He is
Aye,
our
but
Lord
he
and
weighs
Master.
a fucking ton! And he kind of just
Don't
goes
fat
away.
shame him.
Do not shame the Warforged. He's a hero.
All
He's
right.
the destroyer of rats.
Okay, so... You,
Is the way forward obvious?
There is
How
only
dark
one
is
way
it in
forward,
here?
and it is very,
Perfect.
very dark.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and cast light on my warhammer again.
I shall pull out a torch.
Alright, and I just want to check with people at this point, because I'm obviously aware of the time and such. Would you like to continue on with the dungeon now, or save it for the next session? Because it's going to take some time. Depending on what you
Well, personally, I'm good for now.
Okay, I'm personally fine with now, but we don't have
Trofnar.
Trofnar with us.
Yeah.
Well, you have him, but obviously we don't have the player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I would say
I'm
that
also just
for-
aware that we've been here for 3 hours, which is typically our normal session. I'm fine going further on, but it's down to you guys if you want to wait for next week when we should hopefully have Trofnar.
I feel
I have
like
time
we
to
could-
spare, but I do want to ask a question.
Yep. Yara, what's your question?
Next week, would we be able to hold the session on a Sunday instead, where Ferguson and I work? Basically, if there's a holiday that falls on a weekday, we have to make it up on the
in a
weekend.
week. Yeah, I mean, I used with the first campaign I did, it was usually hosted on Sundays. It's just the time was a little bit cutting it close for me on the Sundays because obviously I've got work on weekdays. But yeah, I can easily reschedule if everyone's fine with it. We can reschedule. We can have the next session be on Sunday if everyone's fine with it. Same time,
Yeah,
just
that's fine.
and it might be a little bit of a shorter session because again I'm usually strapped for time with that kind of stuff. Actually, no, wait. Next Sunday I will be absolutely fine because I'll be on leave. So that's perfectly fucking fine for me.
Yay.
Huzzah!
Yeah, because my parents are going on holiday, so I'm on leave because I got a dog sit. So they're going on holiday on the Saturday. So yeah, I'll be fine. I can do that, no problem. It's just down to if you guys are fine.
I mean, it's fine with me. So
Yeah, it'll be fine with me.
Yeah, so I just want to check if you guys, if you, one, are okay with the session next week being on Sunday, and two, if you want to either continue with this session now, or continue this on next session. Just I'm
Well-
obviously conscious that Trofnar is going in and there's fighting coming up, obviously.
This seems like probably the best place that we could stop right now, because
Yeah.
otherwise we'd probably end up stopping in the middle of a dungeon.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that's the
The
dungeon.
natural stop point. Yeah, I agree.
Alright, okay, if that's the case, so as you all move forward, the Plain Hunters Guild's newest members, Erebus of the Sharptooth team, and Harvey, the Warforged, which now appears to have attained a further level of sentience, head into the dark illuminated by Nemesis Warhammer. That is where we're going to call it for this session.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Thanks.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you
That was
like it.
nice.
You would. The funny thing as well that I've actually just realised, this month will be 1 year since I first became a dungeon master.
All right.
Yay!
Hey.
Yeah.
I
And you have
started.
not-
I started my dungeon mastering with a homebrew that I made myself of Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and we are now in a normal 5th edition world, but it's only a year, so it's kind of crazy that it's doing so well.
It's
And you have
weird
some-
how you're like you're kind of a new DM, but you're probably one of the best DMs that I've played with.
Yeah, same.
I'm not crying at that. Shut up.
Well, I can't even think you're crying. It's been the Avatar this entire time.
Alright. You'll
Oh,
see
Tom,
on the
you
thing.
so daring.
I've made sure that it's recording the audio properly because it's now going through my headphones as opposed to whatever the hell it was going through before, so we'll be able to hear it. I'll do an abridged recap of what happened with the other one. I've already got something planned for that, and I'll work on that. Yeah, there we go. 5th of September 2017 was when I did. Well, not when I did it, but that's when I uploaded the first GM session that I did.
Yeah, somehow, despite all of this, I've been here like since the beginning.
Yeah, you were there since
Yes.
Murdoch one-shot you.
Yet, you have not yet lost your sanity, so...
Well, to be fair, I nearly made you guys lose your sanity with Harvey.
We love Harvey.
Because the way Harvey
is-
talks, as he is now, it is literally he designates himself and designates the person they're talking to, and then says what they're saying.
It's a little frustrating, but like
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why I stopped
That's-
saying it, but I just made you aware that's what he was saying to the characters.